All right, greetings. It's Friday night. Um, I am theoretically back from technical issues, medical issues, all the issues. I'm back. We're ready to game. I have a sufficiently geeky t-shirt on, and we are gaming like it's 1979. We are playing like directly out of the pages of the General in 1979. Um, Speaking of, let me get, oops, let's not put that there. Let's put that over here. Let's get the chat up. I've sort of forgotten how to do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. As though I've ever had any idea what I'm doing. I truly have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Hey, what's up, Osaru? Hey, what's going on? Excited to see Magic Realm live. Awesome. No, I'm excited to be here too. It's been a while. It's been a while. It is very easy to, by the way. I figure it takes only about 3 days to get out of a habit. So from doing, from streaming the 3 times a week or whatever to not doing it for like 5 days straight. I'm like, so much inertia has built up. Um, but but we're here, we're back, and we are excited to sort of come and bring some Magic Realm here tonight. And we'll see, we'll see how we feel. We're gonna get one game done for sure because these are one character games are pretty short. Probably about 90 minutes on stream is my guess. So we'll get one done for sure, maybe two, and maybe if the caffeine gods are with me, we'll get 3 games in like we did Dragons Down. So with that being said, we started a little late to give folks time to sort of roll in on Friday. Uh, so that's the give our California friends killing our European friends. uh, they're like, oh God, you got to be kidding me. But yeah, so here we are. We're playing Magic Realm. We are playing solo games with one character each time through. Hey, what's up, Scott? and we're going to use the solo rules. So here's the solo rules if you've never seen the solo rules. So the solo rules are, of course, 1 point per card, just like normal. You see that we're shooting for 10 points like Charlie Sheen. And 12 points gives us a little bit more. So it's a little bit better victory for sure. Cards and events score as listed. Prowess scores 20, 30, 45, or 60. Because you're not playing multiple characters, we need some guideline there to give you the points. Gold is the exact same, but plus 10 because you get penalized for the initial 10 gold you start with. You also get penalized for any initial gear that you break. We eyeball that at the end of the game. Like if you break a shield but get a shield, that doesn't count, right? So in normal Magic Realm, you literally have to pay for all of your equipment at the end of the game. And that goes against your count or whatever. I just go, did you break anything? If so, did you get something in its place? Done. Great treasures score 1 for 1 exactly as usual, and spells score like you see. 1 is 1/2 a point, and then 2 and 3 give you the actual points. That's how we score these. And we're starting with, so the character we're going to start with is not the wizard. We are playing only custom characters tonight, only characters that have been made up by folks. This has been made up by Roberto Ulfig. And it's the Enchantress. The Enchantress is a gray caster, all type 2. So she is the type 2 version of let's see. There really aren't that many like the base single. Shout out to Robert. There are very few single chit magic type casters in base magic realm. Custom characters, you see a lot of that. The necromancer, you have the satyr and the dryad, and the enchantress is the type 2 version of that. She is a little overpowered though, and I'll tell you why. Because she is a source of gray magic herself. She doesn't have to turn any of these chits over. She could just use them all. And her enchanting is amazing. She also doesn't need a burned spell phase. So her first spell phase counts, unlike most other characters. So she is a little OP. Now, that is countered in base magic realm by the fact that the type 2 spells mostly suck. I mean, they're just not that good. And frankly, that is simply true of a lot of a lot of the lists of base magic realm spells definitely could have used a lot of expansion. And I know that the original plan was to expand and add a bunch of stuff. It never got around to it because Magic Realm, frankly, sold like crap during its first run and wasn't enough to sort of make make it worth it. Yes, she has Stone's Fly, and Stone's Fly is a trap, by the way. I took it, but it's a trap. And I'll tell you why it's a trap. You think, well, it unleashes 4 attacks. That's amazing. And you go, yeah, and each attack does light star damage. That's medium damage. That's amazing. And then you go, yes, and she has to roll 2 missile dice for each of those. And so every one of those is likely to go down and not up. So it's very likely, it's not uncommon that she does no damage with these. Now, she could, and it could do great damage, and it is really good against the light characters of the realm. It is the mage killer spell, frankly. I took it, and it's fine for maybe if you're fighting wolves, right? You might get lucky. Maybe if you're fighting goblins, you might get lucky. But the problem for someone like the Enchantress is she's a light character and no armor. She does not have time to take a return attack. It has to come from ambush, really, in most cases. What we're going to be relying on way more, and that's because I super buffed this concept of summoning. So we're going to cast Summon Animal when we need to get something out the door. Summon Animal gives us, we roll 2 dice, 1 to 6. We get that animal or anything worse than it. So for instance, if we roll a 2 and a 1, we could take a bear, a serpent, a bat, a wolf, a squirrel. And you might say, well, that's great. Why would you ever take a serpent, a bat, or wolf, and so on? Because we're going to primarily use this as a mobility tool. Now, I should have taken Nudge with it. I should really... Oh, she can't, actually. That's the funny part. So she can't take Nudge. Nudge is a type 8. So forget I even said that. If she had type 8 and 2, she would be unstoppable. But this also does one other thing, and that is because we're using a house rule called Enhanced Summoning. And what the house rule is that this thing can immediately in the first round, once it's cast, it can draw someone off the sheet of any character on the board and lure immediately. And so so she could be beset upon by a single tremendous creature, cast this, get it off of her sheet, and then and then be freed to do other things. Now, mind you, she cast that round, so she's not doing anything that round, but hopefully next round. So summon animal, but she's also going to use it for mobility because both the serpent and the bat give her mobility options that she otherwise doesn't have. And she has the other overpowered spell that I've added, which is Torchbearer, which gives her 1 extra phase in caves, and we use the optional rule. As long as she stays underground, that torch chit remains. So she becomes effectively a mini dwarf in caves with that spell. She has 3 spells. She took Stone's Fly. There aren't a lot of good options in there still. We need to add a bunch more spells, I think, over the course of the next, months here. So otherwise, she also has what I consider to be a huge, huge thing for a mage. And she has chits she can use to flee. So if she doesn't want to fight most things, she can flee. So she's as good of a runner. She's as good of a runner as the swordsman. She's as good of a mage as sort of any of the not type 4, type 5, type 6 mages, not that middle, that juicy middle ground of spells. So we're going to use mobility, torchbearer, and summon animal, defense, summon animal, and occasionally maybe against some mediums, we might come at them with stones fly and then try to get out of dodge when that doesn't work. when that goes to shit, she is then going to use her really sexy move chits to get out of dodge. Our starting quests are up there. You can see them, or you can see them on the cards here. She has Ancient Scrolls, Lost Pouch, and Sudden Insight. The Lost Pouch is with the Scholar. So, I mean, I don't super care about the Scholar most times, so she could just open the pouch and take the money and lose the level with him. Although, she does have Ancient Scrolls also, and our Scholar is really good for buying all the treasures with magic bits on them, because he'll pay $50 for all of them, and that gets us awful close to these gold targets that we have for points. So that's it. I have yapped enough. Let's get started with day one. We have Dead Adventure as well, and you can see the other event that popped week 1 is Tiles Enchant, and so we had some Tiles Enchant. That is almost a no-op. It does make her traversal into the ledges easier, but it makes her way to the deep woods a little bit harder because, well, no, actually it doesn't, frankly. So there you go. Hey, what's up, Amanda? How are you? So I think what we're going to do is we are going to start. We have to make a decision on that Lost Pouch. If we don't open the pouch and we're trying to get to the Scholar, the Scholar's at the house. The house is all the way through the deep woods. Hey, what's up, Christian? I'm good. I'm very good. It was a rough week. Last week sucked too, like a lot of this past 2 weeks. But we're good. I feel like we're on an upward trend. Let's have a good night and start our weekend off here. So we got to make a decision first about the Lost Pouch. If we take the Lost Pouch to the Scholar, that's going to get us points. But we are going to have to get to the Nutwoods. I might consider hitting up the Dead Adventure in the Borderland first, and then trying to make my way to the Nutwoods, enchanting to get this path back between 2 and 4, and that'll take me straight into the Deep Woods. And I think that's our initial plan. So what we're going to start with is and I really don't think there's any point to me talking to the rogues. I could, but I think we just pass that by. I think we just get out of dodge. So I think we hide twice and get to Borderland 1. So I think that's where we're going to start. We're going to hide 2 times and get to Borderland 1. So we got 2 hides, a move, and a move to Borderland 1. And that's it. And we're ready to kick off with our first game, hopefully of 3, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I can hold up. 2, we got Serpents and Demons on the hook, and we're going to end up here. And are we going to end up hidden? Well, that is the question, isn't it? Not with those 6s, you won't know. There we go. We're hidden. So we start day 1 and we're hidden, and we get trolls and altar 1, and that is going to pop directly on us, and that is going to draw directly on us the tremendous demon. A little bit dicey. I don't think. I mean, we're hidden, so I have to do jack all being with this. Do I want to do something? Do I want to take the risk? There's not much. I'd have to roll a 3 or less to be able to kill the tremendous demon. Well, I can't even kill the tremendous. I can kill the tremendous demon on 2 or less. The basilisk would hit him, and the bear would hit him and kill him. Everything else just doesn't do enough damage. Even the serpent's a little bit weak. The tremendous demon is going to hit and power the pit us. I'd never, you're never going to convince me that's a good idea to deal with that demon. So we're just going to get out of dodge. And yeah. The altar is actually decent for us. There's another spell in there that we could learn. So that's definitely something we should consider getting back to. But I think early days, we're going to not risk that kind of hassle. So I think we move and hide to get to here, and then we'll cast that night. So we're going to move to 6. We're going to hide. We're going to cast. So day 2 it is. We get trolls. That's going to suck too, because we're going to draw trolls. So we do move. We really need to have hidden, and we did hide, so that's good. We get Stink C. Stink C is going to draw trolls. That is definitely not ideal, by the way. That is not ideal, because now we have to make a decision. Do we even want to cast tonight? Because casting might unhide us. So instead, I think we're going to move and hide again. And we're going to get to, where are we getting to, guys? We're getting to 4. We're going to move 4. We're going to hide. And then we're going to cast. Right. Sure we are. Day 3. Let's see what's prowling. Please tell me it's nothing. It's a 5. So spiders and imps. That's actually good news for us. We move. We hide. It doesn't matter. And we're going to cast. And what are we going to cast? We're going to cast Torchlight. So Torchbearer is up. So we're going to get an extra phase in caves until we leave the caves. And that's going to give us enough time. And we're going to hide and search twice. So it's day 4. Every day is a 1/3 chance of badness. No badness tonight. So we're going to hide. So we've hidden. It barely matters. And we fail. Okay. We search 2 times. We're looking for a 3, 2, or 1. That's a failure. Oh, come on. No, 2 fails. So we can't get this. We're not going to find this. That is going to be bad news. That is not great news. These solo games can go super fast too, because you can spend all these days doing searches, and then all of a sudden you're like day 14. You're like, what the hell have I done with my life? Oh, by the way, I need to draw 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to get, it doesn't matter for her. She is gray magic incarnate. So it is not a huge deal. I don't like where this is going, if I'm to be quite honest with you. I feel like we're in danger of getting stuck. Very early. So, I think we're going to utilize our fast chits here. And we're going to just search 3 times, knowing that we can get out if we need to. And we're going to get trolls again, so we better search. we need a 1, 2, or 3, guys. We need a 1, 2. That's a 6. That is a fail. 1 try. This is the 2nd try. Nope. 3rd try. No, we fail 3 times. These trolls come to us, and the tremendous troll also comes to us. And I am just going to flee using my move L3 chit. And that's going to get me, since I did not just come into the clearing, I can go any direction. I'm going to go this direction. We're going to ditch the adventurer. And so that feels like a little bit of a failed first few days here in the borderland. She does get 4 phases, however, but her torchlight wounds, I believe. Yeah, reverts and wounds. Obviously, we're going to move to Nutwoods 4 as our first move. We are going to do a spell phase because we're the Enchantress. That is going to open up this path between 4 and 2. So we're going to move to Nutwoods 2, and then we're going to move into the Deep Woods. And I'm going to start using the fact that we're fast enough to avoid most things. And she knows she's not going to end up on the statue or the pool. Because she's not going to end up in a 2 or a 6. So, day 6, more giants, more trolls. She moves into there. She is going to summon, or not summon, enchant. She does. She moves and moves into the Deep Woods. She flips these. She gets smoke and the Lost Castle. Well, that is a little bit of a mess. Slytherin 6, Slytherin 3, Shrine in 4. Wow, this is really dragony and serpenty. Oh my gosh. This, holy crow. Okay. Wow. Nothing appears. So that's great. But it is a mess in here. And again, notice that she, according to the 3rd edition rules, her color fatigues. So that means nothing fatigues when she enchants. So she enchants in 1 phase and is just done. 1 phase, that's all she does, and she can enchant a tile. Pretty much hence her name, I think. She is the Enchantress because she is just enchanting tiles left and right if she wants to. Hey, what's up, Michael? To bring that pouch back, bring the pouch to the owner. Done. So that just means making the moves 1, 2, 3. The soldiers don't hold her in to there. If they do go, now it's good to hear, good to see you. So I think what we're gonna do, and she didn't care about the shrine. She cares about the altar. She cares for treasure, of course. It's only going to take her 1, 2, 3 to pop the quest. I think what she's going to do is she's going to pop a search, and she's going to use insight to automatically find the lair. Then she's going to move into the house, and she's going to turn in the quest, the pouch. And you might go, why didn't she loot the lair? Well, because remember, tomorrow's day 7. And so we have a lot of chance of dragons popping up in this tile. So she's avoiding this tile pretty much tonight, hoping to just escape that. So dangerous day 7, we roll 2 dice. We do get dragons and imps. So it's actually good that she didn't stick around there, because if she did, she would have jacked up her chance to get at some of these treasures here. So she goes... She's going to search and find the lair automatically using this card. She can search without making a roll. Done. Then she goes 1, 2, 3, and she is at the house. She scores the pouch. That is her first card point and her first point in the game. She gets a level of relationship with the scholar. No one cares. No one cares. The scholar. Scholar. Scholar's her friend now. She gets the point, and she has 10 gold from the start. And that is it. We do have to roll for the soldiers at the house, because I think she is neutral to the soldiers. She is. If they do attack her, she'll run. They are going to cause trouble. This spindly old woman comes in. And what's unfriendly? A 3 is no deal. So they ultimately think better of it and leave her alone. She makes her deal with the scholar, tosses him the pouch. He thanks her. Tells her if she ever needs anything. Great. And she gets a point. Having said that, that first week was depressing. Gift exchange. Do a trade phase. With someone who is friends or an ally. So, company or Bashkar. But we do get 3 more events. Oh, cool. You do working with your own tabletop RPG. Well, that is fun. I do appreciate that. Now, I typically do not do Storm. I suppose I can do Storm. It doesn't remove phases or add phases. I typically discard those simply so that the characters are on more even keel with each other as they do these. Oh, Wild West is fun, man. It is an underserved genre with some of the best games. Deadlands, Boot Hill, which was not a great game, but it was kind of iconic at the time because it was one of TSR's off games, effectively. So we're going to roll 2 dice, and we're going to count that many days and put the Storm. And if she is sheltered, she's in. So in 4 days. So from day 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. On day 12. We're going to have some stormy weather. So we have a delivery. Delivery is sort of I mean, I don't see our gal picking up. Gunslinger, yeah. I don't see our gal picking up a bunch of these, but maybe she will. Storm is coming. We mark that down. The graveyard. We need to put the graveyard down somewhere. The graveyard is in Borderland 3. Now, I don't love that because that is going to make traversing this harder. This is going to make this hard. So there's the graveyard. The graveyard has search. The graveyard has skeleton, skeleton, and skeleton, which I didn't have a good skeleton picture. I just used the ghosts again. That's pretty lame of me, actually. Copy, paste. It has 2 of each of these things. Every one of them can kill the Enchantress. But they're all medium and unarmored. So that does help her with her Stones Fly. It actually means that Stones Fly is not a shitty, like, it's not awful. There are also treasures there. And if she were to be the first person, I mean, the only person to take treasures out of there, she would get a VP. That is how you get the VP. It is essentially a treasure site with monsters on it immediately. Done. I do have a soft spot for the fantasy Western. Like, absolutely 100%. Like, the Western with magic just always fascinates me as a concept. So that's where, let's get day 8 going here. I think we're heading back to the lair. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move, and search. And again, we are absolutely using the fact that we think we can run from anything that's going to appear here in this tile because of our L2 ched that we have. So we're going to move, and we're going to search, and that's going to be our day 8. And we're hoping for, like, I don't know, something like spiders and imps again. No, we're going to get dragons. So we are going to get just enough to just jump us immediately. 1, 2, 3, we loot once. That's very Magic Realm of the game. To taunt me with a loot. So what do we got? We have 7 treasures. So she's going to score a treasure. She gets the 5th card. She gets the Alchemist Mixture, which doesn't suck, but as it stands, given that now everything pops, literally every dragon is going to pop. So we're going to get Slither is going to pop. So wait, Smoke M pops first. Smoke M hits us immediately here. You know what? I'm going to leave the clearing open. Smoke M. Slither 3 and Slither 6 are going to pop. Slither 3. Slither 6. The Horde in 6. The Lair in 6. We literally drew every dragon on the board. Done. Justin, get 2d6, roll a 7 and 12. The failure is 2 and 6. If you have the skill, you don't need to roll. You succeed. If you have the skill, you must roll. I mean, everyone is... I think every RPG is... There's different people for every RPG, right? Some people want quick and fast. Some people want tactical simulations, right? That's sort of where I come from. I want to know tactical simulations. How do you shoot a gun? Where do you hit someone? How likely it is they die? or not, when you like that kind of thing. Like that's my jam. Not every game cares about that or needs to. So we have all the freaking dragons in this tile now, and I'm unhidden. Fortunately, we can just run by playing a move M3, and we're going to, but that really takes the wind out of my sails. I was really hoping to score that layer, grab a treasure with a magic on it, and then bring it back to the scholar to score the ancient scrolls. And I can still do that. It's just going to be much harder with every Smaug and all of his family, as far as I can tell, is waiting for us. So we're going to move away. We're going to hide. We're going to move back to the lair. We are going to search again. Oh, and we got rid of Lost Pouch, actually. And what did we get for Lost Pouch? Gift exchange. Oh, we just used Sudden Insight, too. So we got rid of that as well. So let me update my scoreboard. And we get Pub Crawl. Well, that is just a freaking mess. Well, that is a horror show of... That's not okay. Pub Crawl's not okay. Pub Crawl is never a good card. And unless you're one of those guys that puts all the valleys in a row in Magic Realm, done. So we're moving out. So that is day what? We're on day 9 now. So we move out. We hide. We're looking for a good hide roll. We do hide. And we move back in. Oh, we do need to roll monsters again. If we roll a 1, then we're going to get every dragon. No, we don't do that. And then we search. We're going to loot the lair again. And we get the 5th card again. We get the power gauntlets. And don't get me wrong, it's pointless for her because she can't carry anything that she can wield or can't move with it at the very least. It's just $7 more for her. I mean, day 10, we're going to try one. I think we go one full loot day on this thing. We're trying to get magic out of it. Trying to get some kind of magical thing out of it. So we get a 3. So ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopus. We do have to hide before anything happens. And no, we are blocked. And stuck. So we are stuck right there. This is not going good. This is not going good. Definitely, seems to be one of those games right now that we're sort of stuck. So what are we going to do? I mean, we can move out and we can move and so on, and that's fine. We're not friendly with the soldiers. I suppose we could see what the scholar has to sell since he has some crap to sell. I suppose we could go to the shrine. But we have to flee out of here using our L3 chit, which we will. And we are going to move. With $21, we can't hire the soldiers. There's no way. If we could hire the soldiers, maybe you drag them in. Maybe you cast the summon and just hope, but your summon's not going to kill 4 things. Your summon's going to barely be able to kill one of these things, likely. So it's sort of a mess. You might just have to be okay having been chased out of here. Well, and Michael, I'm glad to hear that you are writing. I'm all for people writing tabletop RPGs or whatever. Like that's my, you know, I believe that RPGs, you know, back in the day, because I'm an old man, were really meant for exactly that, for home brewing, for tweaking, for incessantly home rolling and home brewing and house ruling, right? And making up your own classes and ultimately writing your own games. I think that is sort of the ultimate expression of that. I sort of dislike some to some degree the fact that games are very packaged and don't, you know, don't, I mean, I assume people are still homebrewing shit and making shit up. But that's my joy in those games, really, is making up little bits inside of them, and making rules and so on. So I suppose the question is, what do we do here? Do we run to the shrine and try to find the shrine? The shrine has 4 treasures. It's not great. It's certainly not good for us spell-wise. We don't need any of the spells in there. We can't cast any of the spells in there. But it does have 4 treasures, and one of those might be something we can go back to the scholar and sell. Maybe we do. So I'm gonna go to the. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the shrine. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move to the shrine. We are gonna hide. We are gonna search once. Done. And it's day 11. So day 12, we're gonna be back at. Day 12, we plan to be in the house. We get spiders and imps. Nothing's gonna show. We're going to go here, and we're going to have hidden, which we did, and we're going to search, which we fail. Done. Nothing appears. We don't find the shrine. Now we are going to the next day, day 12. We're going to search 3 times and then move to the house. That's going to score us the storm because we will be sheltered, assuming that we don't get kicked out by the soldiers. So let's roll, get day 12 going here. Monster roll is a 3. Nothing's going to appear where we're at. We search 3 times. We're looking for a 4 or a 1. That's 1 fail. Come on. There it is. We found the shrine the second chance. So shrine found. This is a loot. Please give me a good roll. 1, 2, 3, or 4 is all I ask. These come off. No whammies. We got a 5. 5 is a fail. We move into the house. We have to roll for trouble at the house. At the end of the day, we are neutral with them, and there is no trouble. The storm comes and goes. We score a victory point because we are in shelter, and we don't take fatigue. Done and done. In the meantime, I am going to... Oh, does anything show up that evening? It does, actually. The patrol shows up. Hold on. That's interesting. That evening, the patrol shows up there. I don't know how we feel about the patrol. We do have to roll for the patrol also, unfortunately, and we are neutral with the patrol as well, and that is a no deal as well. So, okay. We can't gift exchange any of these guys. We could definitely sell our crap. That'll give us 21 gold, but I don't feel, but we're friendly with the scholar. Maybe we can't sell something back to the scholar that we buy from the scholar. That's not okay. Uh, oh man, we don't have enough money anyway to do that. I'm so annoyed. What are we doing? So okay, we found the shrine. Maybe we just go loot the shrine for the last couple days and just try to get what we can out of it. And so day 13 is move to the shrine and then search 3 times to loot. Done. Now, if we happen to draw dragons to us, that's great because that'll at least clear them out of. So we get goblins and wolves and so on. So nothing. So we go there. We're going to loot 3 times. We need 4s or less, unfortunately, to get anything out of the shrine. That's a fail. That is a failure. Oh, 4. 4 is good. 4 is the lowest, the highest number we can get something. We get the Book of Lore. Oh, that is good. That's good for the scrolls. I was playing no class background. You can level up your character, get more skills and feats. The max level is 10. I mean, that's, you know, I'll be honest with you, and this is not a bad thing at all. It does, your game sounds similar in structure to a lot of the OSR games that have come out in the past, you know, whatever, 5 years, right? They have that 1 to 10 level where you get talents and so on, like a Nimble. That's not very OSR, by the way, or a Shadow Dark, right? But yours is different a little bit in that there's no class and you're just buying feats and so on. So that seems pretty fun. So that is our second roll. Our third roll needs to be a 3 and no. So we get 1 treasure out of there. Nothing appears. It's going to be day 14 here in a second. But I can bring that back to the visitor, and I think he gives me $20 for it. Hold on 1 second. I do need the book for this. Look up the scholar's buy price, because his buy price is slightly different than the normal buy price. Now, do you have a group to play your game with, Michael? Like, are you playing, forcing all your friends to play your game like I do? Yes. So he will buy the Book of Lore for $50. Which is darn good. That makes this all worthwhile. So we are going to, I think we'll hide. I think we hide. I think we move to the house. And I think we're going to do 2 trades. One to do ancient scrolls and the other to trade with the scholar normally. And that's going to score me ancient scrolls. That'll get me some gold. So it's going to be day 14. We do get 2 monster rolls. So we got stuff coming off the board or on the board. We got 1 and 3. So dragons and ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. So literally everything here meanders off the board. It's a little awkward because everything is stacked on top of everything else. Done. So that clears out the layer. Oh, we're going to move. We're going to have hidden once. So let's roll that hide. We'll roll it right here. And we do hide. So we are hidden. So we're not going to get chased out of here. Now we are doing a trade, and that we're going to invoke this card. Bring any treasure with a spell to a visitor, perform a trade. They'll buy it for their normal price or 2 times its value. 2 times value is 20. But the Book of Lore, the scholar will buy it for $50. Bam. That is real good money. Real good. And we get a victory point from the scrolls. That's a point. That's 3. But plus 50 ain't too shabby. And now we have 60 gold. 60 gold, if you recall, is enough for 1.5 points. And so that does bring her to 4.5 points. So not terrible. She is slightly under. She's off pace by a tiny bit. Ancient Scrolls goes away. I am going to trade with the scholar to see what he has. His Dragon Essence. That's it. He has 3 he has 3 treasures. Don't get me wrong, Dragon Essence is great in the sense that, I mean, it's a great treasure, so it'd be worth a point, but it really would make a mess. The funny part. Hey, what's up, Rappa Welk? I'm good. I'm good. What chart are you playing? We're playing Magic Realm. We're playing the Enchantress, which is a custom character. I don't find any of the custom characters are really well balanced that people have made. These are all fan made, but they're all different. They play different. They interact differently with some of the custom the custom spells and so on that we've added over the time. So it's interesting. I might buy that Dragon Essence because it's a great treasure, and it doesn't hurt me much more than everything else is going to have hurt me. Like, walking into this with a Dragon Essence is no more dangerous than just walking into the Deep Woods with every darn red diamond in here. It barely matters. So I am going to roll on the Dragon Essence for the Scholar. I'm friendly with the Scholar because of the quest that we did. We get a 3. Price times 2. I will buy that for $6. So she got 50. She's up 44. She's down to $54. Let me see if that actually takes her out of the points. 54 does lose her actually a whole half a point, which, I mean, obviously we're going to make that up somehow, right? Maybe. How are you tonight, Rappa? But she's down to 4 points. However, she gets a point for having a great treasure because she has 1 great treasure. So ultimately, that was a loss of a half a point and a gain of 1 point. Done. So she's up to 5 points on the end of day 14. So literally, she is right there. She is halfway through to get to 10, which is our quote unquote, it's our winning score. It's our B. It's our you did well enough on the exam score. It's not Asian Tiger Mom score. It's not 12 or 15 points, but it is good enough for my mom. That's why I ended up so goddamn mediocre, by the way. We do have to roll for trouble. We're hidden though, so it's not really going to matter. We are not going to fight these guys. So I'm going to I am going to. I really should. I really should be able to do gift exchange with the damn scholar. That's a good upgrade to that card that we should do. As written, that card says native group. Again, a lot of these cards do harm characters that don't have a lot of relationships on them. Oh, so what do we say, Chad? Are we gonna let her get away with this? Because she would gift exchange to get, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say you get the Book of Lore back and then sell it back. So that's a little bit wonky. So I'm going to say she is not going to do that with the scholar. Give it to her. Yeah, the problem is that leads to, because the scholar is such a skewed price point for all those books and stuff, that's probably not okay to do. So I'm going to just say no. I'm going to say that I wrote that deliberately. I'm gonna pretend that I wrote that deliberately, and we're gonna turn these cards in at the end of the day, and we're gonna get 3 new ones at a dwelling. 1, 2, and 3 cards. So her new cards are Envoy, execute a trade phase, again with more native groups. This is annoying as shit. Okay, Envoy. Archaeology in the Ruins. And Peace Offering. Another native one. End your day in a clearing unhidden with natives who are unfriendly or enemies. Like you even remember. I'm going to pretend that I was absolutely lucid writing that card. I don't have to remember it. It all tends to just work out. How I roll. Execute a trade phase with 2 native groups, one that's friendly and another that is neutral or unfriendly. Score 1 VP and make the neutral group friendly. So that's fine. So I tell you what we're going to do. Okay. So that's the end of week 2. We did score 5 points, so we've at least sort of made it. Storm is coming. We're going to drop. Delivery is gone. So these cards are now defunct. I don't know why they're not stacking, like cards stack. Come on. Nope. Can't do it. There we go. Graveyard is still out. Riddle Game is still out. And the Dead Adventure is still out. And the Scholar still has these. So group those bad boys and flip them. Oh, I don't know what was going on there. Done and done. Okay. And let's draw 3 more events for day 15. Elf Woodsman, not super helpful. Another Dead Adventure because, well, they're all over the goddamn place. And the Crone. So let's get the Elf. I used to call him the Elf Pathfinder and the Dwarf Pathfinder. They don't find paths, per se. The Elf's Woodman appears in a dwelling. He's going to appear at the large campfire. So we don't even know where that is. So he is out and about. We barely care. $5 to hire him, and he's going to give us access to the paths in the game. The Dead Adventure appears in 6-3, so Deep Woods 3. That's not terrible. Everything's happening in Deep Woods 3. There used to be, where I grew up, there's a place called Pizza Joe's, and their commercials where everyone goes to Pizza Joe's in an Italian accent, of course, in a stereotypical Italian accent. You know, it's the Mario, right? Everyone goes to Pizza Joe's, and everyone goes to Deep Woods 3. That's all. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but that's where we're at. So, okay. Let's take quick stock. We could trade with our neutral. Our friend, we need the bash cards to show up or the company to show up. So we have neutral and friend. Archaeology is in ruins. Where? I don't know that I rolled it. I'm going to roll it right now. Archaeology is in ruins. 3. Everything's a 3. So ruins 3 is archaeology. We want to get there. Not terrible. Peace offering is talk to unfriendlies or enemies. You give them a treasure, and then you can make them friendly. Sure. Who is unfriendly or enemy? The Order or the Lancers? The chance of me getting to the Order is tiny at this point, I feel. See it way up there? I do feel that I can probably make... I do feel I can make it to Ruins 3. I feel that's possible. I feel I could run up, grab the dead adventurer, and drag him back, because that would give me another point. It's a little odd just running this path back and forth like a madwoman, but I don't know that that's not the rest of my game. I'm not sure that's not what we're doing. It's gotten me 5 points so far. I would love to find the paths here. So what I think I'm going to do is run, walk, and then I think we'll do 3 in a search. So move to the layer again, and we will do a search. And that's probably a, and I should have sold these power gauntlets. I will to get the gold up back over the point limit there. It's 70 gold to get the 2 full points. I'm not quite there yet. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. And then... what's the monster roll today? It is 5, so we're not going to see anything. So we go up here, and we're going to do a search. And I'm going to actually we're going to do a locate first, because a 4 gives us the dead adventurer. Done. Or a 1. And we get a 4. So we actually do grab his body or evidence or whatever we're grabbing. We grab it. But we don't get points for it just yet. Instead, what we get is we get a treasure. We get a small treasure and a piece of evidence. So small treasure comes from the small treasure barrel here. And we get the quick boots. Now the quick boots are the quick boots are interesting. So this is weird. Now normally the power gauntlets are dumb. She can't carry anything she can swing with the power gauntlets. The power gauntlets are an H. She would need an M weapon to actually make it worthwhile. She can't carry an M weapon because she doesn't have an M move chit, except now she has an M move chit. So with those boots, it definitely behooves her to put both of these on. Definitely makes sense for her to have both of these on, because now she has an M3 chit and an H4 chit. Now, her M3 is literally better than any of her L3s because it's heavier and it has no fatigue. Her H4 is better than her fight chit because it's H and not light, and again, has no fatigue. So all of a sudden, if she would get like a medium star weapon, she becomes like a little murder hobo. Now, she's still light, and she's still, so she's not fighting anything. But... but it's not a bad combination for any of your light characters to have that. So she's going to equip both of those, and until she gets rid of them, of course. And she's found the dead adventurer. Monsters appear, but there's nothing here. And I think what she's going to do, I am going to do 4 searches, and I can decide to search for these paths, which I do want to find. I can decide to search for loot the lair. So we're going to do that. I think probably loot the lair first. So it's day 16. We'll see what monsters we get. We do get dragons. So we're going to draw the whole host of dragons again. So that means the first search, we're going to loot the lair just once. And we get the 5th card, which is the last card in the lair. The lair's sort of telling me, I'm not for you, lady. So that's the card. So that's 1 search. Now we're going to search for secret paths. This is going to suck, though, but we're going to search for secret paths. We need a 1, 2, or a 3. That's a fail. We get 2 more of these. That is a success. We find both these paths. We find 3, 6, and 3, 4 enchanted. Deep Woods, 3, 6, 3, 4 enchanted. We have 1 left, and we're going to go loot the lair again. But we roll a 6, and we are thwarted. And then every freaking dragon shows up again. So every one of these is going to appear. That sucks a tiny bit because it does block us from where we were heading originally. I'm going to take me out of there. That's the lair. This is for smoke. That's the first slither. This is the second slither. Done. Now, the problem is we can't flee this way. This is the way I wanted to go ultimately to get to here. And then I was going to just run back pretty quick, actually, and get all of that done. But that's not going to do anymore because I can't flee that way. So I have to flee backwards. So we're going to go toward M1 or Deep Woods 1. So I'm going to flee using this chit again, or this chit. And I'm going to move to 4. I'm going to move to the house. I'm going to execute a trade phase. I'm going to sell the good book for, oh my God, for 50 more frickin' bucks back to the scholar, which is going to be incredible. I sort of don't care about anything else. I mean, and at that point, I could hire the soldiers to run interference, go in hidden, cast the summon, dump the soldiers on these dragons, and hope. I still don't think we win that fight, weirdly enough. But it would be fun. But we are going to be rich. 1, 2. So 2 moves back to the house. We're going to trade with the scholar. The problem with the neutral soldiers is they're going to cost at least 3 or 4 times. They are 10 gold worth of... If I could hire them for 30, that's worth it. Hiring them for 40, it just seems like hubris. It seems like a mess waiting to happen. We would probably just do better walking to Deep Woods 1, hiding and trying to get through that mess. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We should probably hide, really, is what we should do. I'm going to trade with the scholar. I am going to... What else are we going to do? So what else do we do? So let's think about this. So what else can we do? We could do a trade phase with one of those two groups, and that would count for envoy. That's not, I mean, the chance of me finding the Bashkars or the company feels lowish at the moment. 2.5 weeks in. So envoy's probably out. Peace offering is probably out. Archaeology is still close enough to think about getting along with the crone. So there's 2 points in the ruins for me, which would bring me to 7 points. 8 points now because I'm going to bring back the evidence of the dead adventurer. So I'm looking to score 8 points right now. And how can I up that? Gold's going to give me another point. So that's going to be 9 points. But I'm still missing 1 point. So I think what we're going to do, I am going to hide first so that I don't get screwed up here. So that's going to be our move for day 17. I don't know what the creatures are. It's a 6. We got bats. So we are going to move this way to 4. 1, 2. We're going to do our trade phase with our guy, and we're going to sell $50. I mean, I'm not going to use a heavy weapon. That's crazy. $57. $61. I'm going to sell $61 worth of crap to the scholar. Which brings me 115, which is definitely worth the 2 points. We bring back evidence of the dead adventurer to score a point. So that gives us dead adventurer points. And that's another card. So we're up to 4 there. And that's 7. Again, we could hire them. We're going to hide once just to make sure. I'd rather not be chased out. Oh, we might be chased out of here. So we're not hidden. So we are neutral at the end of the day to both of these groups. We'll roll for the house first. The soldiers, there's trouble, and they're going to actually dink with me. They're going to actually challenge me. So I'm going to take the -5 prowess. Because obviously we have 0. We're never scoring prowess at this point. I mean, we could, but that was a totally different. That's a totally different version of this Enchantress. The patrol. They also get into trouble, and they also they're going to block and battle her. Oy vey, really? Now, fortunately, their horses are dead slow at this rate. I don't know why. They obviously tie them up outside and then have to untie them as she runs out of here. But that's sort of what they have to do. Now, the problem is they chase her out. She has to run. She can't turn her cards in because she had to run at the end of the day. And she did not end her day at a place, at a dwelling. A little bit shitty. Because I was just going to turn all these cards in. Well, not no longer. Okay. I mean, we made some good money. I could probably hire the soldiers. We truly could. And we might be able to make a go at these guys. These guys are super dangerous to the soldiers because I don't think the soldiers actually hit them by default and kill them by default. And they kill those heavy dragons kill the soldiers. So I don't know that it's super worth going at them. I feel we just sit on it for now. But that does then bring us the question, what are we doing here for the rest of this part of this week? Do I make the hard call? Do I head back and try to get cards? Right? So literally just like what's in the shrine? There's still 3 treasures at the shrine. So we're going to move to the shrine first no matter what. We could search. Move back to the house. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's not get dragons. We get serpents and demons, so even better. The demon's going to show up. We go here. We have 2 loots at the shrine. Let's make these loots count. We're looking for a 3 or less here. We can do this. We can do this. That's a 4. That's a fail. That's a fail. The winged demon appears. And all the serpents are going to appear. So to make this even worse of a tile, and so we're going to have to flee back to the house. Well, we moved. I'm sorry. Wait, we're not there. We searched twice and moved back to the house. So that's my fault. Okay, well, thank goodness for that, actually. There's just a little less on this stupid tile. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, I was wallowing in it a little bit. I was sort of enjoying the absurdity of, but it was wrong. It was wrong. They weren't there. The woodfolk do show up. So it's a 3rd group I have to deal with. And so each of these neutral groups is going to take a shot at me here. The soldiers first. And it's trouble. And it's nothing. The woodfolk next. No deal. The patrol. No deal. Good. So we're going to turn cards in. Peace offering goes away. Envoy is going to go away. We'll keep archaeology. It's right there. We might be able to get to it. But we're going to cycle a couple cards here. We're going to get Spider Slayer. And we're going to get Bring Out Your Dead. Bury the Dead. Bury the Dead. And that's Bones W. I don't love either of those, but those are at least doable. More so than the others. Not super jazzed about any of that. Where are spiders going to appear? Maybe here? You could get spiders up there. You could. You could. And we're 7 points in. And that's great. That's good. That is close to on target for a 10-point victory in the next week and a half. But as you notice, it's a little blocky here. It's a little bit dicey, right? We're going to have to sneak past. There's 2 points in here if we can get to the crone and get to the archaeology dig and then get back through. Probably going to go to the house again. That's probably where we're at. You should probably, yeah, right. You should probably check these if you want for the dead or here for the dead. So I'm going to try to get to the ruins. That is my next goal. So that's going to be our goal here so I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to go 1 search. I'm going to move, search, move, I think. Yeah. So move, search, move to 1. So we're going to move to the shrine, search, move to 1. That is our day. So there we go. And we're ready for the next day here. 2 serpents and demons. So we are actually going to draw all that shit. Yay! We moved to 4. We're going to search 2 times. These are 2 loots. We need a 3, a 2, or a 1. We get the top card. That is sweet. Always good to get the top card. I love the top card. This is okay, but a little bit of a problem. Eye of the Moon. Oh, God. In gray, which is us. First off, no one cares about the weather. We don't play with the weather. Secondly, that's not a great power anyway. Thirdly, it's medium, which means we can't play our L2 chit, which is our get out of jail free for so many things. So I would 50-50, I'd consider dropping that. That was first search. Second search gets us nothing. And we end up here. The question is, do we drop the Eye of the Moon? I think we do drop it. I think we're not going to be carrying the Eye of the Moon. And the reason we're not going to be carrying the Eye of the Moon, and we're just going to leave it exposed, of course, and out, is because, and we'll drop it here. That's fine. Because the serpents are actually non-trivial for her. If she could get easily stuck with serpents if she just has an M3 to play. So Slither, and Shrine. Done. So it just adds 3 more dudes to our little mess. It doesn't actually change what she has to do. Hide twice, move twice to get to here. Hide, move, and move to the Horde. Okay. It's day 20. And we get octopus, wolves, goblins, etc. She's going to hide 2 times. If she fails twice, then we're going to waste a day. She doesn't fail. She goes 1, 2. Done. Nothing appears. Nothing happens. She is hidden. And we are done. Finally, on day 21, we're going to move, search. Move to ruin 3, search, and search. Again, relying on the fact that we can run from most everything. But it is day 21, and we have 2 creatures, or 2 monster rolls ready to go here. And it's a 1 and a 2. Now, this is very fortuitous, because remember, she has a smoke chit with her. Smoke C, but there's nothing left. They've all already been drawn, as have the serpents. So we move, and we're going to search 2 times. We need a 4 or a 1 to score archaeology. That's not a 4 or a 1. That's a big number, and that's a 3. Neither of those help. And we do draw these chits. That's trolls and more trolls in 4. And we are done with the day. It's the last week. In the last week, 7 points. I don't think we're scoring 10 with her this day. And this is after I just claimed she was overpowered. So, woo! I don't think we do it. I don't think we do it. We needed to be... maybe we should have put straight back. Maybe try for that graveyard or something. Maybe that would have been a better move. Because right now we are hurting for those last few points. We can get an 8th point. We get an 8th point if we find this dig site. That's 8. But 9, the crone requires us to go all the way back through and get to the house before the end of the game. As you can see, it's a tiny bit dicey. It's non-trivial to do that. It's not a lot of days. It's like 3 days back, maybe 2 days, 3 days back. But you still have to find. You're still gonna have to find 1-5. That secret path is not found. And this doesn't help us. We have to go all the way back around. So I'll bet, I think nine's, I bet you nine's the best she can do. So the question is there a way better than that? Is there something we're not seeing? So let's do this first. We are going to draw 3 more events for the last 3 events. We get Circus Circus, another Dead Adventure. Man, no, I'll tell you what, this has been a rough board for adventurers. The circus appears in Deep Woods 1. Well, because everything's in the goddamn Deep Woods. So there you go. Our last Dead Adventure croaks out and about in the realm here. So what do we get? We got Deep Woods 1. There's the frickin' circus. Well, there's your point, actually. Dead Adventure appears in the Mountains 5. That is super unfortunate. We're not going to get there by the end of the day. And then the monastery does appear in the mountains. It appears in Mountains 1. We're definitely not getting to Mountains 1. Mountains 1 is the tippy top of the mountain. It is the throat of the world. Actually, I always feel the crag is the throat of the world because that is literally the hardest place to get to in Magic Realm. Unless you can fly. These are gone. So, okay, what can we get here? We could get, so, we're still going to look for the dig site. Done. We're going to check the Oak Woods for the riddle game or for our bones that we need to bury. Done. Those 2 things. That is a 9th and 10th point. No, an 8th point and a 9th point. Done. Is our 10th point the circus? If we can sneak back through to the circus, can we here's a problem with the circus. The blowgun does not hit the winged demon. We don't hit the winged demon. We can't auto hit it. We could summon something underneath it and then just sit there and take pot shots at it with our blowgun while it dodged. Now, mind you, at the time you're doing that, it's power of the pitting. Whatever, like you get 2 wolves and it just starts power the pitting everything. So you could just blow up the whole clearing and die. It's unlikely, but you just could. And Power of the Pit's actually very dangerous for a light spellcaster because there's also terror, and terror wipes everything out. All your light chits and so on. So and medium chits go away. So I just don't see that we can do the circus. So what's the 10th point? Is it the crone? It could be the crone. So if we can get archaeology, that's 8. We go here, get lucky in its bones or something, that's 9. Grab the crone for 10, but then we're going to get back to the house to actually score any of that. So that's what we're going to try to do this last week. We're going to do 4 searches for archaeology. Let's start this last week. These games go too quick. I feel bad. And we get ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. Nothing's going to appear in here. Do we get a 4 or a 1? That's a 3. That's no go. That's 1 search. 2 searches fail. This is where it all falls apart. 3 searches fail. This is the good one. I can smell it. I can smell it. That's a 4. It is a 4. Holy shit. Yes. Done. Dig site acquired. So we get archaeology. We are Mr. Dr. Jones. We get another VP. That's a 5th card and our 8th point. Going exactly as planned. I love it when a plan comes together. I just need to be chomping on a goddamn cigar while I say that. We also get a small treasure and 5 gold. That barely matters. And I don't know where we have 115 gold, but we had 114 here, but that's okay. We're going to assume that the thing is correct. Maybe we draw a card and it happens to be exactly what we need. Locksmith. No. High pass. Yeah, sure. Locksmith in HP something. HP 4. Is that right near us? That could be hilarious. Hold on. End your day here to score 1 VP and a set of keys. Wait a minute. Where's high pass 4? Oh, it's in the middle. Oh, I wish it was high. If it was high pass 5, I'd have been like, yep, there is a god and he wants the Enchantress to win this game. but I'm not exactly so sure. So archaeology is done. We have succeeded there. Next, I think we go. Man, the problem is yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to move, search once, and then move and move to end up in the woods. So here's what my move looks like. We're going to 5. We are searching for this path, but I want to end up here. That might be a little too backtracky. Maybe that's the wrong way to do it. But I'm going to do that. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to do that. So done. So that is going to be day 23. Day 23. Let's get this roll out of the way here. Let's make it good. 6. Nah, not great. That's not great. So we move here. We're going to do a search. 1, 2, or 3 is going to get us the path. And we do get it. We got ruins 1 to 5. That might be good. That might be good. And we're going to end our day here. We flip that. It's the large freaking campfire. That is the elf pathfinder. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. That gives us this path for free. Oh, we might have just found a way to win the game. Now, what it isn't is it's not Bury the Dead. So that is not a point for us there. But we only have to bring the crown to here to win her. So that is 1 point. So that's 9, 10. That's 9 and 10 right there. So we can win this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And then 1, 2, bring that back. And then we have to make our way up through the high pass. I think that's the win. Let's make sure that the days, I'm pretty sure the days work out. I think I have enough time. It's 2 days to get back to the large campfire with the crone. And then 2 days to get to the high pass. So we should win with 10 points on day 27. So we're going to move 3 to 5 to 1 to 5. So move 3, move 5, move 1, move 5. Done. That is the day. That's day 24. And that was sheer luck, by the way. Like, there was nothing about that which was super clever. 1, 2, 3. We have the crown. We end up in 5. Day ends. Now we're going 3 to 5. So we move to 3. We move to the woods. We're going to score the crone. And then, frankly, I'm going to move 2 to the high pass. Then we're going to move into the high pass. Done and done. Day 25. 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopus. Nothing there. Well, we don't know that. So 1, 2, the crone bops here. 3, 4, we end our day here. We get smoke and the cairns in 5. So nothing appears. That's good. That's good. We got our point for the crone. That is our 6th card. Oh, very excited. I don't know why. I had nothing to do with this. We go a day up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4. Move. Whoa, what the frick is going on here? I think we win actually at the end of the day. So we go move, and then move, and then we're at the locksmith. And I think that scores the locksmith. Assuming that we don't get jumped and killed in there, that is our 10th point. I think we're okay. Let's make a roll for day 26. And we could just win on day 26. We do get 4 giants and trolls. It's not going to draw anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. End your day here for a point and a set of keys. And that is our 7th point. 7 points plus the 3 is 10 points. So we've at least done, we've done the victory condition, as it were. And you are left with day 27, day 28, pretty much. We do get a card. If we get like Dragon Slayer or something, no, we get Ghost Hunter. Kill the ghosts. We're not going to be able to reach the ghosts in time. Maybe you wait for the spider. That would be something you could theoretically kill with your bevy of summons, but I doubt it. We are going to move, and move to the cairn. Just to see what pops for day 27. Maybe we get the spider, maybe we don't. We don't. We get dragons, but there are no dragons left on the appearance chart, so we end up here. And then largely, I think what you would do is you would do 4 searches. And you would be hoping to find the cairn and maybe get a loot in, and maybe you get a great treasure. And it is the last day, and we do roll 2 of these. Double chance to get the spider. There's no spider. It's only dragons. Now, that is a problem for us. So these dragons all come off the board. Only to come back to the board because, remember, we're carrying a smoke chit with us. Like, we're smoking very much Fidel Castro, smoking our big old cigars. And every damn dragon in the universe is the CIA. So that's great. We are going to search 4 times. We need a 4 or a 1. Nope, that is a fail. That's 1. 2. Hey, what's up, Super? Super Fassy, maybe C. I'm gonna strategic. So your last three characters or SSI. So I'm gonna pretend that you play SSI again. You played Strategic Simulations Incorporated. Third search fails, and the fourth search fails, and we are beset upon by Smoke M. So fortunately, there there's no more is going to show up. The funny thing is, if there's already a smoke chit, it's the same thing. So you don't get more dragons. We can't draw more smoke M's. Done. Oh, it's smoke C. I'm sorry. Time out. Different dragons. Different dragons. But welcome. Good to see you. And then I hate to say it. I mean, I think we're just going to run out of there. We're not going to fight the dragon. 5 prowess is not worth it. If we had a Dragon Slayer card, we would 100% summon animals, stones fly, do the whole, unleash the beast, as it were. We don't have any of that. And so we're just going to call it there. And so the Enchantress scores 10. And so I'm going to put her above. Like that. So she scored 10, and we're going to keep that. So what we're going to do, that took 142, primarily because, I don't know, because I spent a lot of time yapping at you. But that's okay. It's early in the night. So what we're going to do, we are going to take a 5-minute break. I am going to hit the restroom. I'm going to dump the wicked, cold, gross coffee that I have, chug the last of this mostly tasteless lemon seltzer water. We're going to get our Knob Creek rye. I'm sorry, our Knob Creek rye here to have a nice drink with you all on Friday. And we're going to start our next game. We actually have 3 of these games already set up, ready to play. The Enchantress scored 10. We have the Goblin coming up next. The Goblin plays way different. He is a medium fighter with 2 followers to start the game with. That's how he plays. With the caveat, everyone in every garrison hates him because he's a freaking goblin. So he is, I mean, if I could make another Castro joke off the top of my head, I would. But he is definitely, he is definitely not anyone's friend on the board. So he's going to start probably at the ghosts or something like that. And in fact, we'll just load his game, Gobbo start. There we go. There's Gobbo start. And give me 1 second to get his quests up because I already drew those up. So there we go. So we have the Goblin. And we have to zero out the score. I'm sorry. That would probably be a great idea if you just zeroed that score. Would it now? Yes, it would. Yes, it would, sir. Done. So there you go. So the Goblin is ready to go, and he has 10 points to score. So you'll see the board, a little bit of an odd board. Now the Goblin is very much a cave dweller, and so that's going to determine where we want to start. He can start at the inn or the ghost with 10 gold, of course, which we'll just put there, 10 gold. I might start at the inn because the first thing you do is get out of here, get out of Dodge and grab the crone and run back and then end up in the cavern or the Borderlands caves. And so he's going to start with a point, I think, almost immediately. So we just need to pick. Oops, setup is finished, begin setup. So sometimes this bugs out. For the Goblin, we're going to be the Berserker. We're going to pick the Berserker Chit and the Berserker Chits. And if it's between that and the ghosts, I think we're going to start at the inn, even though we can't stay there because they hate him. Oh, you know what? The rogues don't hate him. The rogues are like, we've seen it all in here. Everybody, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody's fine. All right, so let's take 5 minutes. Let's get that booze up in here, please. And please wait, please hold on. And we will start here in just a couple. Yep. Oh. All right, so we are back. Welcome and thank you for sticking around. If you did, if not, well, I hope you had something better to do. Let's see. Can I open the? It is not that cold out there. It is. No, it's chillier out there than it is in here. I have an Intel 14th generation chip, so it freaking heats up the room. so, so here's my dumb story. So a couple years ago, we get that Knob Creek had this goofy special edition box for the holidays, and it was great because it came with a Knob Creek bourbon, and two little glasses that were just perfect, right? They were perfect for drinking bourbon. They were just, and they had a little I would say taper sort of in, just a really great glass, and they had Knob Creek on the side. The problem is if these things touched the dishwasher, like if you opened the dishwasher in their presence, they shattered. So over the course of the years, I lost all of them. I had 4 of them because I had 2. My buddy Scott had 2. He gave them to me because he didn't like them. I loved those glasses. They're gone. They're all gone over the course of X years, and I don't know how many that is, but and keep in mind, I obviously drink enough booze that I have a preference. Like I have an emotional attachment to glasses. Okay, it's a bad sign. Don't Don't start drinking, kids. Anyway, my wife, because we broke all these glasses, she did buy me these other glasses. Now, this is a very nice glass, but here's the problem with this glass is that when I actually pulled it out of the cabinet and started pouring liquor into it, I realized this is freaking gigantic. This is like a swimming pool of booze. So, this is definitely a glass for like one of those gigantic spheres of ice that people put in their whiskey. And that's great. And if that's how you drink your whiskey, more power to you. I drink my whiskey all neat. This glass will kill me. Like this, my liver, I can feel it twitching down there. Yeah. So there's an angel on one side of my shoulder going, no, that's fine. You don't need it. And this glass is on the other side, the other shoulder. Drink me. So anyway, that's where we're at. We are drinking Knob Creek 7-year rye. It's 100 proof. It is a very, very standard spicy rye. It is probably one of my favorite flavor profiles of whiskeys. It's not too sweet, but it does have a sweetness. It is very spicy, which I do like, and peppery, which I like in my whiskeys. I like high rye bourbons and I like ryes, and that's sort of where I end up. So let's talk about the Goblin super quick, since I wasted your time with my liquor stories. That's not a good sign. So the Goblin, again, by Roberto Ulfig. If I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, Roberto, I apologize. Bottoms up, fantastic taste. Cheers, sir. Cheers. Yeah, of the whiskeys, I think Knob Creek is my favorite base flavor profile, right? All of their whiskeys have that deeper note. Like I used to drink a lot of Wild Turkey when I was younger in my alcoholism. And after a while, I just realized there's a shrill note in there that I no longer enjoy, a sour sort of shrill high note that I don't like anymore. But anyway, so the Goblin, also by Roberto, and the Goblin is a medium fighter. He has all medium chits. He is akin, I would argue, to the Captain in terms of his chit allotment. He has a lot of asterisks, so he does have good staying power in battle. He starts with an axe, so he can do H-star damage, so he can kill Tremendous. So he can technically do H-star 4 damage. So tremendous damage to unarmored creatures with a time of 4. But he can't do that. I mean, he's sure, but that's the very edge of what he can do. Now, he has 2 friends. Both of his friends can kick some ass given the right battles. Like this guy does H6 and 3, H6 star and 3, and this guy does H star 5 and 5. So that's pretty good. On this side, he can do tremendous star. So this guy can kill some tremendous dragons, for instance. But they're pretty weak. They're medium only. These dudes fall real fast. Ideally, what you want is you want one of them sort of playing defense, the other one playing offense. And ideally, you really rather not be fighting some gigantic, tremendous thing. Anyway, that's not his gig. His gig is heavies and maybe giants. And I think you probably, the problem with, say, spiders and their ilk, the problem with, say, the tremendous spider is it's fast enough that he can't auto hit it, and he could tire himself out pretty easy going after this guy. But with his 2 buddies, usually he can draw the attack off and then do some damage with his axe. Done. So that's what we're sort of looking for here. That's what we're sort of looking for. We're looking for, can we, I don't know his battle profile that well, so I think a lot of these we're going to have to stare at for a little bit and look at both sides of the monster chit and sort of see what's going on. As for our quests, we have Giant Slayer, which I think is totally doable. Giant Slayer is doable given, and we do get the crone is lost, I believe, right? Yeah, so she's lost. So she wasn't placeable. That's who's friendly. We're going to draw the Warlock out and put him, I don't know where. Where's a good... Put the Warlock here. Just offhand. So we can do Giant Slayer. Giants are slow and ungainly. The main problem you have is their first round. They do hit you at a length of 8, but we've got guys that can hit a giant with a longer weapon. We have a 10 with our spear guy, so we can kill this giant possibly, but he is a little bit of a danger. But I figured Giant Slayer with the 3 of us is a pretty good one. Explore the Cliffs is worth 2 points, and the cliffs are right here. So right through the borderland, you have the cliffs. You get that done for 2 points. I always feel that's a good one to do. And then big game, just tacks on to Giant Slayer. You choose the size of your quarry. Done. If you see a creature you can kill, you say my quarry is that size, medium, heavy, or tremendous. Boom, kill the guy, take his bits back and get a piece of armor. That's a good reward. So those are our points. Let's get ready here for day 1. I think day 1 we get the crone. We're gonna score day frickin' 1 by moving to the crone and then moving back to the inn. The only danger is something like we have to look and make sure the company can show up at the inn, the patrol can show up at the inn. If none of that happens, the patrol is too slow to catch us. The problem is that our guys can't run. So that is an issue. So if we do get into a fight with, say, the patrol, then our guys are going to die right off the bat. So that isn't great. Similarly with the company, that's not great. Company doesn't care about us. So, okay, so mostly the patrol is the issue. If we don't roll a 3 first day, that's perfect. So let's, and I just said that, of course, and Magic Realm is always listening to you. Let's, and your Ring camera. We got a 5. So spiders and imps. So we're going to go 1, 2, pick up the crone, 3, 4, dump her back at the inn. We are immediately rewarded with a point. Again, luck, just all luck. I mean, and we're allies with the crone, so that's sort of cool. It doesn't really help us to be allies with the crone because, frankly, she only sells spells, so that's sort of pointless. But it is very nice to get the first point on the first day. So we're on par. We are right now on pace for 28 points, God damn it. Sure. Crone done. Oh, the peddler has 4 treasures. 1, 2, 3, 4. We really need to start making these cards, so we can make more cards. Ooh, Dragon Essence. That's good shit. Magic Spectacles. That is actually great. Now, the peddler, we have to buy an item at 4 times its base value. So 16, 24. The Dragon Essence is cheap, but it does draw dragons to us. We probably don't want that. Let's roll for the rogues. The rogues are neutral with us. We're looking for not trouble. Well, we get trouble. We're looking for less not trouble. We get 4. We get insulted. That sort of sucks. I'm going to take the -5. We should have frickin' known, but we, you know, but to score that in one day, sort of too good to pass up. Maybe we should have passed it up. Now we're going to have to deal with a little bit less, a little bit harder to get that prowess out the door. We are going to head into the cavern. We do get an extra phase in caves, and we do roll 1 die instead of 2 in the caves. So we're going to go 1, 2, but we can't go 3 because we're not in the caves yet. So we can only go sort of 1, 2. So I'm going to hide twice and walk up to the caves and get to the woods. Done. And it's day 2. Let's monster up. And it's ogres, wolves, goblins, octopus. So we could theoretically meet something. So we are here. We do hide 2 times. Get everybody hidden. We are hidden. And it is bones. And so we are going to indeed meet the ogres. So we're hidden. The ogres have appeared. Let's take our first fight. Now, none of these are great. I'm going to lure both of these because our weapon is longer than their attack. So our weapon is always going to beat them. We tie speed-wise, and we beat them lengthwise. So we're always going to win that battle. And then we are just going to play an M4, and we are going to, this guy is a little bit more valuable to us than the spearman. Done. So let's roll 1 die for each of these to see where the guys go. Oops, we literally got everything. This is a 1, so he stays put. This is a 6, he goes to the bottom. Who flips? Does the first guy flip? He does not. Does the second guy flip? He does. Probably not going to matter, really. So this attack goes first because it's longest on round 1. It misses. He misses. Done. This attack goes first. He hits because he intercepts. He kills that dude for 2. And we are done. Round 2, we're just going to swap up to here. This, by the way, goes there. Done. And where does this guy end up? 2. So he flops down to the bottom. We're all going to miss him, by the way. Oh, he doesn't flip. We don't miss him because our attack undercuts. And that means we hit and kill him. That is worth 4 points because our guy killed 1. So we go 2 times ogre, and that's worth 4 prowess, which almost gets us the -1 point. Almost. Well, it does get us -1. It almost gets us in the positive, is what I meant to say. Articulate as always, sir. Done. That's the end of day 2. Day 3, we move into the cavern. Day 3, we are going to hide, and then we're going to extra move to the spirit. And we really should have big gamed the stupid ogres, but we didn't. They jumped us. I really should have waited a day, but to do the big game. So that would have scored me a 2nd point, and I really would have been on par for 28. So what's day 3 going to hold? Strangely, I went no goblins. Dragons. Dragons are going to pop. We walk in, we're going to hide, and then walk to here. We do roll 1 die in the caves, and we are hidden for sure. What pops in there? Trolls and the Lost City in 3. Dun, dun, dun. The Lost City. Patter 5 is goblins and spiders maybe, but goblin for sure. The lair is going to be dragons, of course. Flutter is going to be dragons. Oy vey. Okay. The altar is going to be demons. And then flutter is going to be more dragons. Did we roll dragons? We rolled fucking dragons. Oh, God. This is a mess. We're hidden, so that's good. So Flutter's going to draw. Flutter draws no matter where we are. And that draws here. We do not get a second Flutter. We do get the lair, and the lair draws. Lair draws there. We're hidden, so that's a good thing. It's a good thing. The only problem is to attack that guy, we've got to go in, and to attack that guy, we have to, this guy has to hit, and he has to stay on this side, and this guy has to be missed. So he has a 2/3 chance of killing our dude round one with either his head or his body. And we only have less than 1/3 of a chance. We have a 70% of a 33% chance. So about a 23, right? It's a 33. What did I just say? I said about a 30% chance of a 70% chance of a 30. So yeah, 21%. That's not a good chance, actually. That is not a good chance. I mean, I would love to kill that dude. I would love to kill him, but I don't think I can't kill him. I can't generate enough damage to kill him. My guys can, but only this guy, only on this side. And this heavy head is going to hit first. And it does hit. It's going to undercut. But we could put this guy, we could deploy. So literally we could lure with this guy and then deploy the guy. We would do the other way around. We would lure with this guy, deploy this guy to the sheet. This guy would become the defender. We would play him on this side, but this dragon's going to take up 2 slots, which means 2/3 of a chance that we get killed regardless. And only, well, no. What's the length on that head? 9. It's fucking 9. The length on that head is 9. He does out. So to kill if we kill the spear goblin, we have a 70%. So if the spear goblin decides, the spear goblin sacrifices himself, we have a 70-ish% chance. A 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Only a 6. And a 6 is what? 6 is a lot. 6 is a lot of chances. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5 more. It's 11 in 36 chance that we roll a 6. And if we roll a 6, that head, our goblin would flip over to the non-killing side. So we have a 1/3 chance of, well, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're doing it. We're freaking doing it because we need to stay here. So what's going to happen is we lure with the sword goblin, but then deploy the other goblin to his sheet. And then we are going to, and it doesn't really matter where we end up here, since all these things are going to switch. We need him to stay on this side because he will undercut and kill this dude. And we need him to also stay on his side. And we need him to dodge the head, mostly. I can't do anything, so I'm going to remain hidden and hope for the best. I'm going to send my underlings. You go. You go first. Looks dangerous. You go first. The dragon. What does the dragon do? 4. Everything stays put. What do my guys do? He stays put, and he goes to here, which is really good. So that ducks all of the attacks. Now, does the dragon head flip over or not? It does. Does this goblin flip? He does not. That's good news. Does this goblin flip over? Please don't flip. If you don't flip, this is a coup. Oh, I think we just cooed this. So, here's what happens. This attack is longest, and it goes first. And it misses this guy. Because he's a 3, and he moved down here out of the way of the first attack. These attacks go off. This attack is a length 0 because it's tooth and claw. And this attack is an 8. So it goes next. It hits the dragon and does tremendous star damage, reduced to tremendous, and kills the tremendous dragon. Bam! Goblin troop for the win. Yes. Okay. So, T dragon. Oh, and I still should have big gamed that shit. We get 10. We're up to 9. And that dragon is gone. So that's good. That's good news. We now have the lair to ourselves. Now these guys might show up, and they're actually more dangerous than the big ones, strangely enough, because they're just faster. So I do not want them to show up at all. But that is a good day. That is a good day for goblin kind. I am going to hide, search. We might as well get something out of this lair while we're here. And we can also, I think, do the spirit if we need to do the spirit. We need to search and do appear and score 1 to 3. The spirit will follow us and possess bodies. Done. So on day 4, we're going to hide and search twice. Maybe find the lair. And we're going to get ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopi. Okay, that's fine. I'm bummed that the goblin doesn't like goblins. Just offhand. Oh well. Let's hide. 1 die, and we're hidden. Let's search twice. The first search is going to be for the spirit. We need a 1, 2, or 3. No. Spirit 1, 2, or 3. No. Both of those would have found the frickin' lair. So I'm a little bit annoyed at myself. And now we get goblins. It's a little bit of a bummer because obviously a 1's going to draw more dragons to us, and a 3's going to draw, and a 4's going to. So we have a 50% chance of badness occurring any given day. I think we hide again, search 2 more times. And we're going to get dragons. So we are going to get... Flutter's not going to draw again. We're going to get these 2 dragons. So I suppose we're going to hide. And we fail. Oh my god, you got to be kidding me. We're going to search twice for the lair. We get a 3. Nope. For the spirit. No, we get a 6. So we fail twice. Again, these dragons show up. And we are in a combat immediately now as well. A little bit lame. I think I have to take one of these is my guess. And I think we're going to have to do the same ploy. This guy's going to have to go here and here, declare enemy size for quest. I need to do that at the beginning of the day is the problem. Should I have done it? Yes. Do I retcon that because I keep forgetting? Sure, I wanted to get a giant, but we'll do heavies. We'll do heavies because they're here. And we're going to have to kill them. Yeah, you can't do it when you've already know the rolls and shit. You have to do it sort of beginning of the day. Bird song, that kind of bullshit. Will I have done it? I don't know. Maybe. This is not a good combat anyway, really. Do I... So I might play like this. I might just lure him. I can't. Well, these guys are dead if I run. These guys are absolutely dead. Like, they can't run. They're hirelings, so they can't run. They're stuck here. So the first round, because weapon length wins, I am going to play like this. So this guy, if he goes anywhere, he's going to miss. If he goes here, the sword hits him first. Done. So we're going to play like that first round. And then here, this is the shitty part. Actually, I don't want to do this with this side because this guy's not as fast. So I don't want to do, although, I might play like, ooh, this is rough because this is I have a 1/3 chance of getting my goblin killed, and otherwise a 2/3 chance of getting it done here. So if this guy ends up on either of these two spaces, we'll hit him first because of weapon length. Otherwise, he's going to kill this guy. This guy is a no. He cannot kill him. This guy does win this fight over the... we really, really need him to get a 1 or a 4 this first round. He gets a 6 and goes down to the frickin' bottom. Does the dragon flip? And he does. So now he's doing light damage. So that's even better because he's not going to kill him. So that guy is super safe. Here we need a 1 or a 4 would be great. A 1. Perfect. So he's going to line up across the top. He is not going to flip. So what happens? Weapon length goes first. This 10 length hits the dragon. It does heavy star damage down to heavy. The dragon is killed. Done. That's good. We're going to shift up to here now. That flips. We don't... I don't think I need to do anything. 2, he's going to flip to the bottom. This sucks because we could stalemate this, which would be freaking dumb. He doesn't flip. Yeah, he could stalemate. I think we're just going to sit on this. 6, he freaking goes to the bottom. Jesus Lord. We stalemate. That's so annoying, by the way. It's great if you clear them out. It's freaking annoying if they stalemate you on a 1/3 on a 1/9 chance. So there's 5 points. And I'll allow big game because, So we're going to flip this. It is ready to be turned in. We do not get it until we turn it in, unfortunately. Done. Now, the nice thing is this dragon is... So we've cleared the dragons out. Now, the trolls would suck and the goblins would suck. If they show up, that's a losing state for sure. I can kill this dragon in a heartbeat. I could turn big game in. Now, big game would give me a piece of armor. That's nice. and a point and so on, and that's all good, and another card. So nothing wrong with that. I should note that these are extra phases in the caves. But I am going to hide and search again while I'm here, just in case. It is day 6, I believe. I could use this damn spirit, by the way. I really could. It's 5, so spiders and imps, that's good. Do we hide? We do hide. Are we going to search? We are going to search. We're going to search for the spirit once. We do find the spirit. The spirit becomes our buddy. And that's good because the spirit will take over one of those, the dragon we're going to kill here in a minute. We do get a VP because we now have the spirit in tow. That's our second card and our second point. We are no longer on pace for 28 points. We are on pace for 8 points, which is a lot shittier than 28 points. But we have one more search. We're going to search for the lair. We do not find the lair. Nothing appears, so that's good. But we did a locate, so let's see. Hold on. If we locate, do we find passages? We do find passages. So that's nice because we actually do find this passage. It is 3-5. So Cavern 3-5 green is found. End of the day, we're going to kill this dude. And frankly, we're just going to kill him like this. Now, I hope we kill him, that is. And he lines up. So he's going to die first round to this guy. And the spirit is going to take his body. So the spirit takes over his body. He does have a one-time, so he's a 5 and 5, which does suck a little bit. But he is heavy and armored, which is really nice. So spirit killed. Goblins still safe. And that's 5 more points, by the way. And that gets us to 19. And, you know, Goblin Troop's a little killy right now. They're a little bloody. They got blood on their hands. They got blood on their axes. They have blood. The question is, and I believe the fight dynamics are approximately the same on these dragons as they were, except you don't get a light side that's good for the goblins. It's really a 3, which is going to be the worst possible thing we could draw. I think we spend, I think we spend one more, oh God, we could get dragons again. We could literally draw the damn tremendous again. I think we hide, search, and search again. Done. I think we're in a better position for this. So on day 7, which we have magic, hold on, we have gold and black and gray and purple. Gold, black, gray, and purple. Done. And it is day 7. We get 2 rolls. Oh, God. And we do get frickin' dragons and spiders and imps. So these dragons come back. This dragon comes back. We're going to hide. We are hidden. Search twice for the lair. Fail. Fail. God damn it. And dragons appear, and a dragon appears. Okay. Well, I mean, we are in exactly the same position that we were before. Really. and that we sort of need this guy. He's a 5. He cannot dodge for us. He could dodge on this side. He's a 4 on that side. But this guy can't kill him, but only this guy can kill him. So it's really which guy is more valuable to you. It's really hard to say. This guy is better for giant killing. This guy is better defensively because he's heavy. I think since they can both be killed, we just literally do the same thing we did last time. But boy, it could go wrong like this time. Like it's not a sure thing. Is there anything else we can't do anything else. So I suppose we just roll. In this case, we get a 5, which means everyone shifts down. And in this case, everybody stays put up top on this end. Does the dragon head flip? No. Does our goblin flip? Yes. So that sucks because that's a miss. And this guy doesn't flip. This guy misses. We miss. And this guy doesn't attack. And we are back exactly where we were a round ago. So, yeah. Dragon, 3. We're going to swap. So it's an issue. Do the head first. The head flips. Our guy flips. That sucks. This guy doesn't flip. So we're going to stalemate this fight. Oh, no, we're not going to stalemate this fight, actually. That's what sucks. He is going to kill him by eating him. Done. Goblin dead. Now we have to switch that guy out on this side because that's the only way he can dodge. So if we could not roll that same shit again, that'd be great. 4, everyone stays put. I should roll my guys too. My guys need to stay put or not stay put. Nom nom. So 3 means he's going to go down here and get eaten. 5 means he goes down 1. So that's fine. We're going to roll, yeah. Roll us now. We don't. Okay. So this attack goes first because it's fastest. It misses because he's a 4 and a 4. This attack equals the speed of this attack and goes first because it's longer. So we do kill the dragon body before he eats the dragon buddy. We kill the dragon body before he eats the dragon buddy. Done. So we kill a tremendous dragon for another 10 points. That hits us to 29 prowess. That ain't bad. I don't like losing my goblin buddy. That's a problem. But we do get a half a point for prowess. So we've started down the prowess train. Like that. Done. I mean, we are farming dragons, it seems. Now, again, this is not a good... Now, this is a slightly worse disposition for these fights because we've lost the spear goblin. And he can just wait. Did we delete him? He could probably just be deleted. Because we lost the spear goblin, because the spear goblin has the length 10 weapon, that is a really good first round weapon. We lost that, and now we are down to a slow tooth and claw 0 length heavy armored dragon. So that's nice, but he just is not quite as good at certain fights like the giant fight and so on. So, okay. I still haven't found the lair. By the way, still haven't found the goddamn lair. I have a 33% chance to find it. I've done several searches. I've not found it. still I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I am not super jazzed. I am going to, what are we doing? Well, first thing I'm gonna do is it's the end of the week. So we are gonna do day 8. And I feel like I've stalemated a little bit and stagnated a tiny bit. Let's shuffle. Let's draw 3. We get the peril in the realm. What the hell does that mean? Roll and count that many days. Oh, that's a shitty one, by the way. Plague is super shitty too. That is not good. Ugh, God. Okay. All right. Roll and count that many. Wow, this is a really bad draw, by the way, for the goblin. Definitely the world hates the goblin. We're going to roll and count that many days ahead. And we actually count the first day. So we get 3. Copy, paste, shrink. 1, 2, 3. So on day 10, we're going to roll double creatures, and you can't roll doubles. But there's no points on the board. The den appears in a random clearing. The den is good. Den good. Ruins 5. Where is Ruins 5? Ruins 5 is not close to us, unfortunately. We get 2 owlbears. I believe 2 owlbears are what's there. I don't remember the stats of the owlbears. Let's take a quick look. I don't want to make the owlbears bigger. Stop it. That was not my intent. It was not my intent. Just make the den bigger. All right, there we go. Draw me owlbears out of there again. Sorry. Owlbear. Copy, paste. My fault. Owlbears are M3 star and H4 3. Ooh, they can. That's a crappy little fight. They're fast. Now on this side they can't kill the dragon, but on that side they do kill the dragon. And they're faster than our goblin on both sides. So that's a little dicey. That's a dicey fight for us. But there are treasures at the den. 3 small, 2 large. And if you loot it, you get a VP. Done. And there's a plague, which is ridiculous. Lasts a week. I don't know who wrote this stupid card. Anyone who ends a phase in a dwelling loses 2, must fatigue 2 asterisks, or discard a potion. Think like Giga Chad. Giga Chat or Giga Chad. Now we can't do lore. We don't have magic. Goblin no lore. Goblin stab. Pretty much. So that was a bad event draw for our guy. First off, the ruins are way, way nowhere near us. And secondly, everything else here is trying to kill us. The plague's trying to kill us. I do need to end a phase in a dwelling so that I can get big game turned in. So I hate to... I mean, we haven't found the lair still. I would love to find this stupid lair, especially because... All right, we're going to do one more day. You know I say that, don't you? And then done. You know I'm saying that, but you know what's going to happen. 6 bats. So we're not going to get... Well, we're going to get fucking bats, aren't we? Mother effer. We're going to get bats. We're going to get flutter. Flutter frickin' bats. Not in our clearing, but... So we're going to hide. We do. We're going to search. Come on, give me a 4. Yes, there it is. Oh, we found the lair. Thank you. Okay, now we get a loot. And the loot is a 1-die loot because we roll 1 die in caves for searches. Give me a nice low number. We get a 4. That's not low enough, unfortunately. We get the black book. Now, sucky for us, but it is a great treasure. And we're going to take the point. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But we do draw bats. Now, bats are dicey because bats, everything goes to hell once bats show up in the clearing. So Flutter 1 and Flutter 2. Yeah. Now, can you guess what we're going to do? Can you guess? Can you guess? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we're hiding and we're searching. Why? Because we're awful. 2, serpents and demons. Okay, that's a good roll. So we're going to hide as we fail, but thankfully nothing will show up. We do get 2 loots, and I think this is our last day looting because, oops. I don't know what I don't think I took anything. 3, I take the 3rd card, the Eye of the Moon. The Eye of the Moon, pointless. That's a pointless treasure. It is one of the treasures I go, ugh. 2, oh, this is going to be exciting. I can tell. No, it's not exciting. It's the Enchanted fucking Meadow. Okay. So I find the Enchanted Meadow. The Enchanted Meadow has the pony and the True Steel Sword. Now, the True Steel Sword is great. It is wonderful. It is definitely worth shooting for, but that curse is going to suck when I get it. It is going to suck, and it's a trap. The True Steel, this is a freaking trap. Do you understand that? You all understand this. So that True Steel Sword, M****. So what does that do for us? That means we can do H** damage. So we can start killing tremendous shit at a time 4. That's really good. But there's just as much chance of you getting a curse as there is you getting the sword. Or a pony. You can get a pony. I don't think I can ride a pony. Who has the ponies? The freaking ponies are over here. I can ride a pony. They're medium. They have medium. So that would be nice too. Can't ride them in a cave. But it's a freaking trap. That's a trap. And I'm falling for it. So we're going to do one more day to get that stupid sword. Oh my God. You're dumb. You're dumb, sir. What day is it? So that was day 9. It's day 10 now. Oh, no. Oh, we should get out, shouldn't we? Because now we roll 2 dice. We're going to do it. Fuck it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Heck with it. We can't roll doubles. It is bats. Well, we roll again if we roll doubles. That is true. Okay. Well, what is this world coming to? We get spiders and goblins. That is going to suck really hard here. So we're going to hide. And we do hide. We're going to hide, and we're going to search twice, and we're going to search the stupid Enchanted Meadow. When we get a 4, we repair wounds and fatigue, which we don't have. And we're going to search one more time. There's a 1 in 6 chance for glory, guys. We get a 3. That is not glory. That is roll for a wish. Sure. I'll roll for a wish. I wish I had the True Steel Sword. No? Okay. None of these are any good, really. We get a 6, which is the best one. We get tremendous. Our next hit does tremendous damage. There is nothing wrong with that. That is a nice... That is a solid... do we have something that we can show that we're doing tremendous damage? Oh, do we? Yeah, sure. We're going to just put that there. We're going to do tremendous damage with our next hit. Or you know what? This is simpler. We can go way simpler than that. That's super complicated. We'll just take one of these and flip it. There you go. So we're doing tremendous damage with that. But that's it, and that's our day. And I think we have. So first off, these goblins prowl onto us, which does make the rest of our universe a little bit rough because now we need to hide to even get out of here, which sucks. And goblins show up here. So we are super trapped. Super trapped. So that was the one extra day, and it was fruitless. All for this hollow promise. So we're going to get out of Dodge. It's time. So we're going to move to 6. And we're going to extra hide. And we're going to move to... Move to 4, I guess. But this is all starting to go awry. If you notice, like this is not good. This is not good. Because now we're going to be stuck here. And we're going to need to somehow get out of here. And it's just as likely stuff prowls on us on day 11. And so this is a place where we sort of wasted enough time. I think that lost us some points, that sojourn in there. Like, if you get super lucky and find the sword, great. That's a great treasure. It counts those weapons. And you get another point, and that's awesome. But if you don't, which we didn't, it's a little bit of a mess. So day 11, let's see what monsters prowl. And it's going to be the goblins again. They're going to be chasing us frickin' through the damn cavern. So we're going to move to here. And are we hidden or not? And we are. And then these goblins all prowl to us. And then the sword goblins appear. So they're just now chasing us around the goddamn loop here, which sort of sucks. I do have a plan. But it's not a good one. It's not a great one. And I should have almost stayed here. I thought if I was clear, I would search for this path, this passage. But since I'm not clear, I can't search. So I think we have to get back to 3. And I think this fight is doable. One bat. I think the goblin should get a meeting roll. And I do. I believe, I think that's not a bad, that's not terrible. Right? He does not get any of that shit. But I do feel that feels better, right? I'm a goblin. I headcanon that he's an outcast, obviously, and they're hunting him down. That's my headcanon. That's why he doesn't. They've already block battled him permanently. So I think this fight is doable if I can get it alone. If I don't need to, because the bat bounces off the heavy dragon. And the other dragon can't get through this. So that's fine. I can get through that fight. Yeah, his loyalists fled with him, right? Doesn't that makes sense, right? That sort of does it. That's my lore. it's my lore. I miss Sword Sphere a little bit, Scott. Believe it or not, not the whole I mean, just the game, just the rule set. I miss that. I miss that. Those goofy rules. So we're going to try to get back to 3. So I think we move, hide, and then probably move. I think. So we're going to move, extra hide, and then we're going to move again to the lair, I believe, is where we end up. And that's going to be our day 12. So I think we wasted this week, frankly. Let's see what's going to pop. It's a 2. So serpents and demons. It's actually a very good roll for us because we go 1, 2, 3, and we're here, and nothing appears. So we're not even going to roll the hide. I don't give a shit. And now we're going to, I hate to say it, I think we hide, and then move in. And then that's going to get us the safe way out. So day 13, we're going to hide twice, move in, serpents and demons again. So we move into here. Do we hide if either of these is not a 6? Yeah, so we're in. I do think we jump these guys because screw it. We might as well because we're here. So I think this guy takes the dragon. And this guy takes the bat. The bat can't do heavy damage. This guy can't do his damage fast enough to hit this guy. I will say on round 1. Round 2, it sucks a little bit, obviously. But round 1, we're good. So, I'm going to waste tremendous damage, huh? I mean, sure you are, right? Sure you are. Let's try to get this over fast. We're going to try to undercut that guy and kill him instantly. And just get this over with. Done. So, we're going to roll. Where does this guy end up? He actually ends up down at the bottom, which sort of sucks. Does the drag flip or not? He does not flip. So what happens? The long weapon goes first and misses. This weapon, he's on. I can ready my weapon because nothing's on my sheet. Done. Sorry, didn't do that. Didn't pay attention. I'll ready it with this. So now we hit at M3. Oh, it's M3. Oh, it's tremendous. I don't care. M3. Bam. It does tremendous damage. Kills him. Done. Tremendous goes away. Our weapon is unreadied. It doesn't really matter what happens down here, but we're going to let it go here. Nope, he goes down to the bottom, and we're all going to miss. Does the bat flip? It does. Bat hits the guy, but doesn't do enough damage. Now we're going to deploy. The bat's going to deploy last so as to be the defender. And we don't really care what we play at this point as long as it does M star damage or H star damage or whatever, H damage or whatever, right? So done. We're doing all that. And the bat goes 3. So it goes to here. Does it flip? It does. It's not going to matter. Where do my guys go? My guys go 1, he stays put. 3, he goes to here. So, I mean, does the goblin flip? Does the dragon flip? Yes. The dragon can't kill him. He does light damage. But I'm going to hit him for H damage and kill him. The nice thing there is, since I did both killing blows, we're actually going to get 11 out of that. And that gives us 40. So the Goblin is pouring it on a little bit, and he has 1 VP for prowess, a full VP, and that takes him to 4 points. So better. And now it's day 14 or whatever it is. What is it? Day 14? It's day 14. We get 2 monster rolls. 1, 2, 3. We are going to return. We are going to have to fatigue. So we did have to fatigue 1 from our initial attack because we played the M3 and did the tremendous damage. I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. I am going to... we could just move there. And that's mostly fine. Sure. I think we just do that. I think we're going to move in there and get big game done. Extra move, and move to the end. We're going to have to fatigue 2. And we're going to score big game. Big gamer. No, just big game. Done. Okay. It's day 14. We get 2 rolls. I'm a little bit annoyed. We get imps, and so no one's going to show up there. Just the rogues. We go 1, 2, and 3. We do have to fatigue twice, and I'm going to take an M4, and we're actually going to fatigue an M3 and put that M4 back. So we fatigue 2 asterisks. Done. We're going to turn in big game, so that's a point. So we do get our 3rd card. So that's our 5th card total. That ain't bad. Our 5th point, I should say, not our 5th card. We also get some gear. Obviously, I want a medium armor piece, and we get a medium shield. So, I mean, you know, that's cool. It's a good piece of armor. Done. And big game is in. We get Secret of the High Pass. Where is the High Pass? You know, the High Pass is awkward. Can I get down? I suppose I can get down there. Maybe I ought to try it. Maybe I ought to try it. That is the end of my week, though, my 2nd week. And again, so you'll see the problem. You're going to see the problem. Now, don't get me wrong. This all earned us a point or so because of all the dragons that we killed, that we sort of farmed there. But if you see this, days 4 through days 10, that's the issue. With the quest game, that is a very difficult 7 days to swallow because you spent 7 days and what were you scoring, right? 1 point. And if you're going to score 10 points, you need 2.5 points a week. So 7 days, 1 point, not great. Not great. Now, again, we did get a point for prowess, so that does give us an extra point. So we should keep that in mind. That wasn't totally useless. We did get a follower, but we lost a follower, so also shitty. We do have to talk to the rogues here at the inn. Do possibly piss us off, or we piss them off, one or the other, and we frickin' do. We get trouble. We have not, and they block battle us. Oh shit, we might be dead. This might just be a death. I don't think we can run because they have a bowman. Oh yeah, we're dead. We're fucking dead. That ain't good. I mean, I'm definitely going to try to throw people under the bus for this one, if I can. Give me a second to figure that out. We can play an M3 to run away. So we need to just account for this guy. Obviously, that guy is going to take him there. And can I... Is there anyone that you can actually... So the problem with these guys is... So I'm going to do this. We're actually going to switch. So we're going to... So he's going to take... He's going to take him. He is going to take... let's see, who can't kill this guy? None of these dudes. These guys can kill him. None of these guys can. So we're going to take someone that can't kill the dude. Don't really care who. I'm going to take him. Everybody else is on my sheet to start. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We need to take someone very specific. We need to take this guy. Yep, need to take him off the sheet. Done. Because he can hold us in the clearing as well. So we're going to take all these guys. Now we're going to run, by the way. So we're playing this. Done. So we'll fatigue an M4, and we are out of the clearing. So we sacrifice everybody, because we do. We're the freaking... I mean, we're the goblin. But these guys are on no one sheet this round. Now, how are we playing this? We're playing like... it doesn't really matter. And I don't think this matters. Done. Ideally, we line up, I think, with all of these characters. And we do line up, so that's nice. And we do not line up, which sort of sucks. He's down here. Let's roll for the archer. No, let's roll for the swordsman. He does flip. Everybody's going to miss here. Done. Up here, he's going to do nothing. We're going to hit him and kill him. That is one. Done. Now, yikes. It's going to be a mess. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what we play. I think we're going to play on this side because that gives us the best chance of not getting just gutted. But now we're slow, so I think we just get gutted. I think we random everybody. Top, bottom. So we're just going to go right to left. Top, bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These two go down beneath. Top, bottom. This guy goes up here. This guy goes down below. Top, bottom. He goes down here. He goes up here. Okay. I don't care. This is how we're playing it. We're going to target. These guys both kill him, by the way. They both, if they hit him at all, they kill him. The only one maybe is this guy, but he still kills him. So this guy is dead. No matter what happens, this dude's going to die. Because this guy's going to hit first and kill him before he can... he might not. He might not hit him. He might not hit him. We're going to target this dude. But on that side, yeah, it's not good. So, we're done. We're done. That goblin's done. 3. These two switch. Does the top box flip? He does not flip. Does the bottom box flip? No. Okay. So unfortunately, round 2, speed is first, and he kills him. Doesn't matter. Speed is first. He kills him. these guys kill him. And then here, we are obviously targeting him, I suppose. 6, everybody shifts up. So none of these guys, I mean, these guys at least can't kill him. First box, does it flip? It does. These guys can't do damage. If this box flip, I think it kills him. It does. And then they kill him. Tremendous damage. So my boys all die, but I do flee. So we avoid certain death, but the rogues... now, we don't lose anything for those guys because those guys were perma-hirelings. So, fortunately, we didn't hire them and thus lose a bunch of points. So that's good. We actually gain 4 notoriety out of this fight. Gain 4 prowess, gain 2 gold. So we have 12 gold and 44, but it was a very costly, it was a costly 4 prowess. Because the rogues just tagged me. The spirit is dead. 1 rogue is dead. And we flee. And at any time it can go poorly for the goblin. That was it. Not great. Not great. Not super good. I'm a little annoyed. Good night, Michael. Good night. And good luck on your game, of course. Tell me how it goes. Again, I envy simple tabletop RPGs. I never enjoy them when I play them. I can't do it. I can't do it. I am weirdly mentally bound to complicated simulation games. And I know I shouldn't be. I know that that's not necessarily where the fun lies. Like, you can do, I know it. I know it in my heart. And I've done it. I've done freeform games and shit. We've had good times. But I am just a frickin' sucker for, clunky, super crazy RPGs. So, okay, so we have gone through 2 weeks. We've scored 5 points. We are on par. We are ready for 10. We can get 10 points. But that last day was not a good day. And the rogues made us pay for whatever we said, whatever we frickin' said. They made us pay. Now we have to draw 3 more events before day 15. Plague is done. We get Wolf Bounty. Thieves Guild. And I keep wanting to draw from the discards. And the Monastery. So the Monastery is easy. Where does it go? It goes in Mountain 2. Monastery, Thiefy Guild, and a Wolf Bounty done. So the Monastery goes in Mountain 2. Where's Mountain 2? Mountain 2 is there. Right next to the Peddler. So it might be worthwhile to try to make it through the borderland. We do have a tiny bit of money. 12. We could buy the Dragon Essence for 12. That's a terrible thing to buy. But we could do it. And the Thieves Guild's a random clearing in the ruins. So it's Ruins 5. Right where the den is. So the den and the Thieves Guild are together. Don't know how. They have the owlbears guarding the guild. But that could be, that could be, that's sort of a different way to go, though, a little bit. And I'm not as confident against the owlbears now that I am in the position of being alone. That sucks. You might be able to get one first round, and you can certainly do the round 2 hack cheat, where you wait till round 2 and come out of stealth and try to whack one, and you would do that for the owlbearers. So that's 2 points there. If you get the den and get the treasure and get the Thieves Guild, that is 2 points. They have a fence at the Thieves Guild, so if you did the Thieves Guild, it would be possible to sell your shit. So maybe you get lucky at the den, get a couple treasures, get enough gold for a point or two, and get the den and the Thieves Guild. So that could be 2 to 4 points. That would take you to 9. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Up here, the peddler and the monastery could be 2 points. It takes you to 7. Also decent. What's Secret of the High Pass look like? Secret of the High Pass looks closer to down here, so I think we're going this direction, but that does preclude Explore the Cliffs. We are not exploring the cliffs if we go the other way, because Exploring the Cliffs sort of takes us north from the Borderlands, whereas we're going to go south from the Borderlands. Let's do it. We're going south. We're going to go south, young man. Our first move has to be to 2. Then to the inn. Then I would love to sell the Eye of the Moon to these sons of bitches. But they piss me off. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 and hide in the Maple Woods. Done. Let's get day 15 rolling here. Let's go team. Go. We get bats. There's not going to be bats in the woods. So we end up here. Are we hidden? It doesn't matter. What is here? Small campfire. So we do get the small campfire. So maybe being hidden matters now all of a sudden, depending on what shows up. Nothing, because it's bats. So good to know. Now we can turn in our quests here. So we're going to turn Explore the Cliffs in, because we're not going to do it. Goblin Slayer. Shit. Okay, well. That's a little shitty because we probably won't do that one either, but because all the goblins are up here and they come in groups of 6. So that's not a great card. We'll turn that into the Thieves Guild. Our next day is going to be 1, 2, and then extra hide. Move to the caves. Extra hide phase. Done. Let's roll monsters. Serpents and demons. 1, 2. Extra hide. Perfect. We're ahead. We get bones. That is trolls and pull in 6. The pull sucks because that thing immediately eats us and kills us without something. We can dodge it, so you could stalemate that thing, but killing it is impossible for us right now. No, but the True Steel Sword, that would have been great, but we don't have the True Steel Sword. we failed to get the True Steel Sword. But we do know that we're going to get bones, so that's these dudes. Good night, Scott. See you, man. We got to get some chatter in here. We got to get some more chat. It's late night. This is the time to talk about stupid shit. Plus I'm half of a swimming pool of bourbon in, so come on. What did you do this week? Tell me something interesting. Do you play Magic Realm? If you play Magic Realm, tell me. So what about 1, 2? I mean, you could go 3. You can push for it. We can push for it. We're going to push for it. So we're going to move, and move. Extra move and move and move. through the caves, done. And we're just hoping to just get through the caves at this point. A 4 would be bad. We got a 4. Yay! We go move, move, and move, and then these trolls show up. And that sucks, but we're gonna have to run out of here. We can kill trolls, but 2 of them is a little dicey. We're gonna play our M3. We're gonna fatigue an M4, and we're gonna run that way. So day 18, we have to move 4. We have to extra hide and then move back to the trolls. And trolls. It's trolls. So we get out of there. We hide. This is important. We do hide. And we're back here. And guess what? He shows up, our buddy, the tremendous troll, which we can't kill. He is a mess. He's a monster. Best we can do is H damage to him. And we are here hidden. But that's okay. Day 19 is extra move 2. And then we're going to hide. So we're going to move to Deep Woods 3 and hide. Extra move. Move DW3, and we're going to hide. And this week has been not great. Ogres, wolves, goblin, octopi. 1, 2, and it doesn't really matter if we're hidden. Well, it does. Who knows? We don't know what's here. Oh, okay. It's spiders and the shrine in 4. Day 20, I think we move into the high pass. And extra search. Because remember, secret of the high pass is to discover until we find, or not discover, but locate till we find passages. And that is day 20. Let's roll it. It's serpents and demons. That could be a problem. 1, 2, we are searching. Oops, hold on. We got a 3, so we do discover paths. We get smoke and howl. Well, that's okay. That's goblins and dragons, and I'm not too worried about that, and we are done. But we found the secret of the high pass. So there is a, we find a passage to high pass 4, which is nice because that does help us actually maneuver to where we want to go. And now we have 6 points. And so that's good. That makes this week not a total bust. So we have found a passage from here to here to high pass 4. We don't actually need that passage. That passage does not help us. So at the end of the day, we're running out of that clearing to here. We got the victory point. That's all that counts. And now we get Gambler, end your day at the house or the inn. Well, that sucks because we are far now from the inn. We're going to go 1, 2, probably 3 and hide. Move, move, move. We're in the ruins and we are going to hide. Done. And that is day 21. We get 2 monster rolls. 4 and 2. So we get trolls, serpents, and demons. The trolls are coming off the board. And we go 1, 2, 3. We're going to try to hide. We don't. And that sucks a little bit because that's going to draw these 2 as they prowl with trolls. And that is sort of a worst nightmare sort of scenario for us a little bit. Because they could easily kill us. Gonna aim at that guy. They are heavy, not armored, so it barely matters what we play. We are hoping that our length sort of wins us the day, but we're gonna have to play a really good move to avoid getting killed by these trolls, or these owlbears, effectively mini trolls. We're hoping for a 1 and a 4. We get a 4, so everybody stays put. That's strangely good news. Does the first guy flip? He doesn't. Does the second guy flip? He doesn't. So, long weapon goes first. That's me. I'm going to hit this guy for M star damage and kill him. So that's a kill first round. Done. This guy misses because he does not undercut or catch me, and I have to fatigue again. We're going to fatigue an M4. My weapon, unfortunately, is not readied because I hit the guy. I am going to... So you have two things you could do. Oh, my weapon's not readied. So the only thing I really can do is... I'm going to play like this. If he hits me, I'm going to hit him. He'll hit me first. We can only hope for the best. He's not gonna. He's gonna go down. Does he flip? He does. That sort of sucks a little bit. But he does miss. I miss. We all miss. My weapon flips over. I have to fatigue a move. I'm going to fatigue this move and get that move back. This sucks. It does suck. I'm going to play like this. If he hits me, we're going to hit him and vice versa. But our weapon is longer, so we are in good shape. It's a 1, so we are going to go right across the top there. He doesn't flip. My weapon is the same time as his. Mine is longer, so I'm going to hit him and kill him before he gets to me. But I do have to fatigue. We're going to fatigue a fight. I'm going to fatigue this fight. We do get 15 points. Which is a really nice total. That's 59 points. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Don't think it scores me anything more, though. I think we get 1.5. 1.5. We're 1 point away from the bonus there, the two full points. But we are tired. We really, really could use to rest. We could use to rest. We could also use to score some points. It is the last. It is the last week, which is surprising because it all comes up so quick. Like we play the game, and we're just burned through days, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I need to score points. And I do. I need to score 3.5 points, which I don't know is going to happen. Half point, maybe. Half point I could see from just prowess. We're 1 point away. 1 prowess away from 2 points. So that will pretend we have 7 points. I still need 3. I still need 3. I'm going to get 3. I'm going to get 2 from the Den and the Thieves Guild. That's 2. I think my third point is gold. I think we're going to get 8.5 points and then a point from gold. So 9.5 points. And then I have to kill something for 10 points. I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at. Now, we could get super, super lucky because I do have 3 more events. I almost think for solo games, 3 events is too much a week, but that's what we've done. So Riddle game, and that's in the woods. Miners in the caves, and the strong man. I don't care about the strong. I really don't care about the strong man. Done. The riddle game sort of is weird because it only appears in the woods, and I don't care so much. The miner I care about because if he's close, that's a good one for the goblin. The goblin, I already have bones W, so the riddle game is there. The miner is in the caves. Let's roll. What clearing? He's in caves 5. Where is caves 5? That's not great. It's not great. That'd be a good point for him, and possibly even better because you do roll 1 die on this table because he rolls 1 die in caves, so he could get like the jeweled axe or the dwarf crown or whatever, right? Something really nice, or 50 gold. Again, all these are that's points essentially. So the miner would score him a point, but it's the last week. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 day. This is 2 days probably. It's 3 days here. Then you're searching. It's probably 4 days to get to the miner and solve his quandary. That's probably 4 days. That's probably what you're doing. So that's 7.5 points. Plus, let's pretend you get 1 more point, gold or a great treasure. That's 8.5 points. That's all you're getting. So it's probably 2 points to go to the miner. It's 2 points to go to the den and the Thieves Guild. And maybe more. So I think we still go south. I think that's where we're at. So we will hide and search 3 times for the path. We get ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. So that's good. That's safe at least. Our hide is going to succeed, which it does. Can we find this path? We need a 3, 2, or a 1. That's a fail. That's a fail. Come on, man. That's a fail. That's the day. That was. I hate when the dice do that to me. This is where we're gonna just spend the rest of our week, aren't we? And that's gonna suck. Next day, it's trolls, so that's gonna suck because they're gonna come back. Oh no, they're not. They're not here. Oh, hold on. So we do hide. That's fine, and we do search. It's what is it? Spiders, imps, and serpents and demons. That's a fail. That's a fail. Oh god, this is depressing. That's a fail. Serpents suck. But we need to get this moving here. So we're gonna go day 24. We're not gonna get anywhere near our goal here at this rate. And we do get bats, which is nothing. We're searching all 4 phases. That's a fail. That's a success. So we do find the path now. Ruins 1-5. Kills the day, unfortunately, but we do find it. Now we're going to move to the den. And we're going to search. I hate to say it. So we are going to hide once we get there because that will get us the Thieves Guild. I think it's what? Is it day 24 or day 25? Please tell me it's day 20. It's day 25. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm done. We get dragons. That's not an issue. So we move to the den. We are going to perform 1 hide phase. That's a successful hide phase, which gets us the Thieves Guild. Done. So we are members of the Thieves Guild now. So we are officially a thief. And that's going to be a point. We do 2 searches for the den. We're still looking for a 4 or a 1. It's just a treasure site like anything else. We get a 2, that's not enough or good enough. We get a 2. That's not good enough. And we are done. Thief Guild. That's 5 cards. That is 7.5 points. I'm not gonna have. I don't have. Okay. We are gonna search 4 frickin' times. Yep, search 4 times. Done. We're searching for this den. We're searching for the goddamn den. It is. We're running out of days. Serpents are the only bad roll. We get bats. That is not a bad roll. Let's get a 4. First search, fail. Second search. Oh my god, that's a fail. Jesus Lord. The dice are like, I'm on a 4. No, I'm not on a 4. Tabletop sim. Nope. And last search is a fail. So literally, we're just going to run out the days, aren't we? Search, 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 search. Yeah, that last week did not go very well. And now we're dragons. That's fine. No monsters. 4 searches. There's the den. So we find the den. We can now loot the den. The den has 5 treasures. We have 3 loots. We fail. We do succeed. We get the 5th card. It's the map of the ruins. Jesus Christ. That is the lamest treasure we could possibly get. Now, we do score the den. So that is going to be our 6th card, which is 8.5. Now we need a 1.5 worth of gold. I don't think we get that, but 1.5 worth of gold. We do have 1 more loot left, so that's cool. There's 4 treasures here. We do get the last card in the deck. We get the Ointment of Steel. Also not amazing. So for our very last day, we're going to search, 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 and then trade at the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild has a fence. We can sell our items for face value. Done. Last day, there are monsters. We're going to get frickin' trolls and frickin' serpents and demons. Oh my god, we might die the last day. Like, that is literally everything coming back to this. That's the worst possible roll for this. We're going to search 3 times. So loot. Nope. No. No. We find nothing. We're going to sell at the Thieves Guild. 13. Knowing what I know, we might just freaking keep this. 16. Is 28 gold enough? No, 30 gold is half a point. We've got to sell this. So that's 20. So we're going to sell for 20 gold. And we now have 32. 32 is enough to get us a half a point. Oh my lord. That is 9 points. But here's the issue. That is bad. That is not good. That's not good. Here's what happens. I think I deleted my owlbears, which sort of sucks. Oh, no, I didn't. There you go. So these are gone. Just to delete that shit. The owlbears appear. And this first thing of serpents appear. I mean, I can't survive that. That is a death. That's a death sentence. So I mean, he's dead. He's freaking dead. You can't stalemate that fight. There's 4 of them. So all boxes will be filled. Someone hits you every round. You have to – So I should have saved the ointment of... No, that wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, I don't know that I'm even going to fight this fight. I mean, I can... I'll fight like a round or two, maybe, just to get that. So I'm gonna do... Who can I hit and kill? Any of these, H with an H, but I can kill him with an M. So I've got to do him first. So M5 doesn't matter. Our weapon is longest. I don't have an M3 to play. I'm gonna play an M4. The good news is I am going to, you know, so obviously that's our target, and we need a 1 or a 4 to even this be viable, and we get a 5. So none of this is viable. So everything shifts down. These guys shift up. And yeah, I am absolute first box doesn't flip. Second box doesn't flip. Third box doesn't flip. I don't hit anything, so I am done, but I do get to do that. These two guys hit me. They do medium damage each. They're going to destroy my helmet. Do 2 wounds. This guy's going to hit and do a wound. He's going to damage my shield and do a wound. So I take 3 wounds round 1. And let's just call this. So he's going to die, essentially. So that sucks because that's going to cost him essentially 2 points. I'll put that here. And he's going to get a score of 7 in the end. And that was just, I'm going to say bad. That was the worst possible luck. If you just get trolls, if you just get owlbears, you probably can win that fight. You might not be able to run. I was a little too fatigued. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That was all in all a bad scene. Oh well. Okay. It's quiet tonight. At this point, it is late. I think I put you all to sleep. I did. Well, what'd he say? Something about trolls and owlbears and shit. I'm out of liquor, really, after the... yeah. Oh. I've drank my swimming pool of liquor. And now I'm out. How are you, Arthur? I didn't even know you were here. You should at least said something, said hello, so I could see your name and tell you hello. But hey, how are you? Yeah, I feel bad about that one. Like, that one feels bad to me a little bit. Like, I been lurking. No, and that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. I understand that not everybody's chatting the whole time. People have things to do. I often sit in YouTube channels and lurk. Yeah, I'm not happy about that last roll. That last roll was the worst roll possible. 2 serpents even he might have been able to deal with, or 2 owlbears he might have been able to deal with, but both was a death sentence, effectively. And that's what he rolled on the last day. And ultimately, I almost should have done like two moves and gotten out of dodge, you know what I mean, or something. 2 searches and gotten out of dodge. Like it didn't help me to be that aggressive, but whatever. That was fun too, but yeah. I'm pissed that I died. Pretty much, it's sort of where I'm at. So yeah. So what time is it? It's midnight. So we're probably going to call it. If we do another one, it's going to be 2 o'clock by the time we're done. So we're probably calling it here. So that was our Magic Realm. We only got 2 games in. We not quite as fast as say a Dragon's Down. There's a little bit more, I think, to the combats, to executing most of the combats, and that's sort of where we're at. So we did the Goblin, we did the Enchantress. The Enchantress, just because she can enchant tiles and is a gray source of magic, has a little bit of some interesting advantages. The Goblin starts with buddies, but those buddies are fairly weak ultimately, and are only good in certain weird fights, which, as you saw, we did really good the first week. But then when we lost them, we were sort of subpar character. So, not super subpar, but you know what I mean. In any case, so Amanda and Arthur, good to see you. Scott, of course, and Michael, always good to see you. Super Fashy, good to see you. Rappa Welk, Christian, and Asaru. So have a nice night, everybody. We hit 890 subscribers, so thank you to those couple people that subscribed. Let's try to get to 900. I'll talk to you all later. Maybe Sunday. I think Scott said he is able to do Elder Scrolls on Sunday. So if you want to see us fumble through an end game battle of Elder Scrolls, not end game, but the end of chapter 1, we're gonna do that, and then we will. So I think maybe we're gonna try to do it Sunday. If not Sunday, then it's gonna be Monday for sure. It's one of those days I'm gonna talk to him and get his schedule settled. That's gonna be our goal. And then I'm going to get back into a schedule this week. I think everything hopefully is fine. Computer's not blowing up. I am not, my heart's not blowing up. all the important things are not blowing up. So I will talk to you all later. You all have a good night. I will see you on Sunday for sure. Please have a nice weekend. I'll talk to you all later.